The 20th season of GRS-TV begins tonight with a season opener between the Lewisville Fighting Farmers and the Naaman Forest Rangers. Hello, everyone. My name is Steve Reeves. I'm joined by my partner, Bobby George. Bobby, glad to be back with you again this year. Let's talk a little bit about these two teams. Of course, Naaman comes in. A lot of people think the favorite in this district. They're going to get a great test tonight. This is a good Lewisville team. They were a regional semifinalist last year. It finished 11-2. They've got a tough challenge tonight.
Yeah, but I think Naaman Forest comes into the district as one of the favorites in our district as well. So it's going to be a great game. Hey, this is Friday Night Lights. It's the first game of the season. It's an accumulation of all year of practicing, all the sophomores coming up from JV to the varsity squad. I mean, from last year, the very last play of the game, these teams have been working together for this game tonight. And, I mean, it's going to be fun. I mean, they've went through two-a-days. Before that, they started in the summer getting up here on the field at 7 a.m. and going through all the drills and weightlifting and all the different things that they've done. And tonight, they finally get to put their helmets on, their shoulder pads on, all of this fun stuff, lace those shoes up to hit somebody with a different color jersey.
Different color, exactly right. 2022 season gets underway tonight. Boy, we're looking forward to this one. The Lewisville Farmers won the opening toss. They did defer to the second half, so the Rangers will receive here to start the game. Got a little bit of sun here in the north end of the end zone. That's where the Rangers will take the football.
Yeah, and about an hour ago, I think there was clouds over the sky, and it actually started raining a little bit, cooled it down some. And, of course, we had 40 or 50, 60 days, over 100. And so this week has really been the first week that we've had a little reprieve from that weather. So it's nice. The weather's nice out there right now.
Yeah, it really is. A little bit of a wind blowing as well. Got a rainbow in the background also, but
good signs.
It's a great sign. Naaman Forest with their black jerseys with the green pants. And, of course, Lewisville comes in the visitors. They've got the white jerseys with the gray pants. We are looking forward to this one. Just about set to get underway. Rangers have two back to return the kick. And we are underway. It's a deep end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken around the 4-yard line and returned down the sideline there, close to the 20-yard line before he gets wrapped up. Boy, a nice little return there by number 3 for the Rangers. That's Dylan Turner. Naaman Forest first on offense, and we'll see what they've got.
Dylan Turner, the sophomore, gets to come out here and play a little varsity ball on opening night.
Going to mark the ball right at the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Rangers on their opening possession of the 2022 football season. Again, high expectations for Naaman Forest. A lot of folks in the district think they're probably the favorite or one of the favorites. So looking to see a lot from Naaman tonight and see, as you mentioned, Bobby, all those, spring ball and summer practices. And, of course, now with the two-a-days here in the fall, see how they come out.
Yeah, they got some big boys on their squad, too. 225, 275, 265, a couple of 305 type guys, big dudes out there on that line. We'll see how they can handle Louisville.
Yeah, calling the signals tonight is the sophomore D'Angelo Perales. He is in the backfield, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws it out quickly, and boy, right there, number 4 for the Farmers there to make the stop. That's Garcia Johnson, a big hit. And that's going to be a loss on the play of 2 yards.
Yeah, it was good that Jason Flores was able to catch the ball, because as soon as he catches that thing, he gets smashed at the line. And you see who's out there, number 7, Perales. He's a sophomore, 6'2", 168-pound quarterback. I believe he's the son of Jesse Perales, the head coach here.
See number 10, Isaiah Cunning, in the backfield with him. He takes a handoff. Nice hole there to the right side. He's going to have a first down as he gets out across the 32, about the 32-yard line. A nice run there and a gain of 14 for number 10, Isaiah Cunning.
Yeah, you like to see this. It's just a little draw play, but everybody gets somebody, and that just opens it up for a little bitty gap here. And boy, he does the rest. He just starts powerhousing.
Yeah, about 4 yards after the initial contact there, he's able to push the safety back a little bit. A nice run, and the first down of the season for Naaman Forest. There's a snap. Another quick pass out. catches made, but boy, I tell you what, a good job by Louisville to get their defense swarming up on those quick passes. A gain of only 1 yard that time, Bobby. Number 22 on the reception, that's Jason Flores.
Yeah, he got smashed on the other side on the same exact play where they throw that little just a two-step drop. And, boy, Louisville just they've read both times that he's caught that ball. But, you know, I like the way that Perales is able to throw that. I mean, he looks good. It's quick. He catches the ball, turns, fires it out there. It's on time. And, you know, that's just going to set other things up. You keep jumping that route, somebody's going to fly past you.
2nd down and 9 after the gain of 1. Well, you mentioned Bobby Perales, just a sophomore, and you know he's got some jitters coming into this game. His first varsity action at quarterback, and we're going to have a timeout called here by Naaman Forest as the play clock was running down. So Naaman uses their first timeout of the game. Why don't we take a quick break? We'll be back after these messages. No score.
Microphone check. Microphone check.
Second down and 9 as we're back from timeout. 2 minutes into the game here. Rolling out to his left. The throw is made. And, boy, once again, the corner out there for Louisville is able to wrap up and make the tackle on the receiver there for Naaman Forest. That was number 3, Dylan Turner. And, boy, a loss of 1 back to the original line of scrimmage, Bobby. They've got a 3rd down and 10 now.
That little short pass just hasn't worked for them yet. Louisville's just been able to read it real quick. They're staying man-to-man, so that corner is staying right up there on his guy. And as soon as that ball is caught, he's just really hitting him fast.
3rd down and 10. Straight drop back this time for Perales. Now he's in some trouble. He's going to scramble out. He's got some room. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man out there. Is it going to get there? He got there, and he makes the catch right at the 19-yard line. Once again, Dylan Turner.
That ball just hung in the air so long. Dylan Turner was able to just find a little space and take off running. And no one thinks Perales is going to be able to throw a 45-yard bomb like this. And he does. Waiting and waiting and waiting, and very, very good. Keeps his eyes on the ball. Nice play.
1st and 10. Oh, a little bit of movement here, and that looks like it's going to go against Naaman Forest. Back him up 5. So there's your false start called against Naaman Forest. Set the ball back to the 24. Boy, nice throw that time, as you said. Bobby, he was on the run, you know, rolling out there to his left, you know, because of the scramble, the pressure he was facing, and threw really across his body back to the right there. He's a right-handed quarterback, and again, the ball hung up, as you mentioned, forever.
Shows his arm strength, though. That ball was in the air at least 40-something yards.
So 1st and 15 now. The handoff goes once again to number 10, this time trying out the left side between the guard and tackle. Short gain on that play of maybe 2 yards. Saw a couple of the Farmers there in on the tackle. And a look again at Isaiah Cunning, his 2nd handoff of the game.
You know, this is when all of these guys have been hearing all year long, hey, hard work pays off, hard work pays off. Well, this is the time where you got to know the snap count. You can't make these mistakes. This is the time when you got to know how deep you're going to run your route, you know, how you're going to make your block. This is it. This is when you got to go out here and do it against a bunch of guys in white jerseys.
Looked like a counter that time, and boy, once again, Louisville's defense across the line there to make the tackle. The initial contact made there by number 44 on your screen. That's Mason Johnson, the senior defensive lineman. And well, I tell you what, not much doing here outside of that one long pass play for Naaman Forest. They've got a 3rd and 14 coming up now.
Yeah, big 44. He just got in so fast. I mean, you had guys pulling from the left side to the right side, and he came in and knocked those guys back. So, you know, you've got to be able to clear him out before you can make that run. You've got to get a shoulder on him.
Third down, Perales looking to scramble. He's got some room. He's going to throw it towards the end zone. Oh, he overthrew his intended receiver. Looked like he had him.
Yeah, he was initially covered back there, but as soon as Perales starts coming outside the pocket and looks like he's going to start to run, the corners kind of leave their man, and he finds that separation. He just couldn't get the ball in the right place. It looked like the receiver was heading towards the inside, towards the goalpost. Perales throws it to the outside there.
So 4th down and 14 here. Naaman Forest leaves the offense on the field. Get a pretty strong wind coming out of the south may factor into this decision not to kick it. So 4th and 14. There's a snap, straight drop back. Here comes pressure, and he's going to go down. That's going to be a loss on the play of about 12 yards, and that's a turnover on downs to Louisville.
Woo. You know, you have a great play. You get down to the inside, right inside the 20-yard line, and then all of a sudden, everything starts to fall apart. They have a blitzing linebacker come straight up the middle, and there was just nobody. There was no running back there to help pick up the blitz. He was sitting out there by himself, and Perales just has to take a big loss.
So a turnover on downs on Naaman's first possession, but, you know, pretty good drive, Bobby. Like you said, got down to the 20-yard line. Now Louisville on the field for the first time on offense. There's a snap, the quick throw out. He's got a man in the flat. And a gain of about 14 yards. Boy, nice throw and catch that time. Number 16, the recipient, that's Philip Patterson.
Yeah, Patterson was just sitting right there inside the slot, and they didn't have anybody covering him. They had the safety out over the top, but he was already 12, 15 yards outside. So when you catch that ball right there, you have a lot of running room, and that's what they did on that first play.
Yeah, the handoff that time to number 21, Byron Ellison, to the left for a short gain. However, 2 penalty flags on the field. We have our first penalty of the season. And it appears to go against Louisville here for holding.
Yeah, referee Andrew Fulton there on the call with the white hat.
That's going to back the Farmers up 10 yards, set up a first down and 20 at their own 38-yard line. Halfway through the first quarter here, no score. There's a fake handoff, the throw out there, almost picked off. He overthrew his intended receiver that time, looking for Patterson once again. And in and out of the hands of number 22 right there on your screen, Jason Flores.
Yeah, you've seen Jason Flores catch a couple of balls on offense in that first drive. Comes out here and makes a huge play on defense, playing defensive back over there on that left side of the defense.
Well, Flores wishes he had that one back right in his hands. So 2nd down and 20 now for the Farmers. Quarterback Ethan Terrell scrambling here to the left side, picks up a nice block from his receiver and goes out of bounds around the 43-yard line. So a gain of only about 5 yards. It's going to set up 3rd down and 15.
Yeah, you know, I think that was a designed run. They had triple receivers out on the right-hand side, tried to spread that defense out, and then he's just going to basically take a couple of steps and then try to run up the middle. But Naaman Forest was ready for him. They had 3 linebackers waiting for that run.
Terrell, the junior quarterback, calling the signals here for Louisville. Takes a snap, straight drop back. He's looking for a screen pass. Boy, and that one's almost picked off. Number 10, Isaiah Cunning, that time jumped up in the lane and almost able to come down with that one.
We saw Isaiah Cunning also running the ball a lot on offense, so now we see him playing that defensive end, showing his athletic ability right there. Now you got a lot of guys going both ways. They're playing offense and defense out there. We'll see how that, you know, plays out towards the 3rd and 4th quarter when they come back in that second half, if they're a little gassed or not.
So Louisville set to punt it away. There's a snap, no pressure, the high kick. It's going to bounce right at the 21, take a Louisville bounce inside the 15, where it's finally down at the 14-yard line. So Naaman Forest back on offense. for the second time. So, again, the penalty helped out a little bit there, Bobby, the holding penalty, but a nice job by the Naaman defense to stuff them after that penalty was called.
Yeah, absolutely. They got the 1 first down, and that was it for them. And I thought, you know, after that first throw, at the very first play of their drive, they were able to pick up 12 yards real quick. And right after that, that defense settled down really nicely and put them stop to them. And, you know, now Naaman, they're way back there now. They're inside their own 15-yard line. They need to be able to put something together. They got to try to run the ball, you know, figure something out on that inside so it'll set up that throw, that passing game.
So Perales back on the field for the second time on offense. There's the snap, and they're going to hand off to the deep back. That is, again, number 10, Isaiah Cunning. Gets outside to the left. Penalty flag comes in late. A great run by Cunning. Finally pushed out of bounds around the 40-yard line, but this one may be coming back. Boy, nice job that time to get outside, Bobby. It is going to come back.
You just saw Cunning on the other side of the ball playing defense, knocks the pass down. Now he gets the ball right there, and he had a great run. We're going to call holding right there in the middle of the field.
So they'll mark the penalty from where the hold took place. Here's a look at him. Watch him get outside here. Eludes the one tackler. Then really they lost containment out there. Nice block there on the corner as well.
Yeah, I never saw the holding, and the flag comes in from the middle of the field. The referee right in the middle of the field playing over the safeties.
So after the penalty yardage marked off, makes it a 1st down and 9 for Naaman Forest in an I formation to start this possession. Another handoff to Cunning, the deep back there, and he's going to pick up a nice gain of about 7 more. It's going to set up a 2nd down and 2. So we saw, you know, as you mentioned, Bobby, oh, actually, that's not Cunning. That's number 19. Sorry, y'all. That is Isaiah Wesley with those last 2 carries.
Well, you see why he's running the ball so good. When you look at Marcus Deal, number 56, he's 6'6", 305. He comes flying across and just pancakes the defender, and that's what opened up that run play. Well, keep your eye on number 56, Marcus Deal.
Split backs on this 2nd down and short. The handoff goes once again to Isaiah Wesley. He is able to pick up 3 yards, enough for the 1st down. That will move the chains, and we are inside of 5 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter. No score.
See him just follow and go. Push those feet. Pick up that 1st down. Very nice play. You'll take that. Couple of plays, 1st down, couple of plays, 1st down. You just keep that rolling.
Well, nice job of the Naaman Forest offense here calling these possessions as well. You know, we've seen the single back look, we've seen the I formation, and we've seen split backs. Boy, and there's a mistake there by Perales. Louisville thinks they have recovered.
Well, see, that's just where it happens. You know, you haven't gotten really full practice against another team. So you do a whole lot of good things, but then you do one bad thing. You do a whole lot of good things, you do one bad thing. And that's why you have these preseason games, basically. Let's see if we can pick it up. Yeah, the snap was low. Right there, you just got to get down on the ball and play for another down.
Well, I tell you, if I'm Louisville in on the recovery there, if I'm Naaman's coaches, I'm lobbying for, hey, his knee was down and he had possession.
To pick it up, yeah.
Exactly, and it would stay with Naaman, but
1st and 10 for Louisville.
If only they had instant replay.
Exactly.
21-yard line.
So Louisville will take over after the fumble. We still have that nice, pretty rainbow in the sky. 1st and 10 here for Louisville. They are at the 21 of Naaman Forest, so quick throw out. Catch is made by number 9, cutting back to the inside there where all of the pursuit was. And he's going to gain about 7 yards. So a nice little gain there for number 9 of the Farmers, Lamar Kirby.
They had a lot of guys out there blocking for him right there. That's where they picked up the yardage. He was able to cut inside because of that good block. But when you come inside now, you're going to have linebackers coming at you. So that's where he met them.
Gain of 6 on that reception. 2nd down and 4 here for the Farmers. There's a snap. They're going to hand the ball off this time to the left side. That's number 21. Gain of about 2 yards. Byron Ellison once again. There's 58 for Naaman Forest in on the tackle. There's Deshaun Bird.
Yeah, you'll see these guys, Deshaun Bird and Marcus Deal, playing side by side over there. And, you know, that's a nice addition when you get Deshaun Bird. He's only a sophomore, so he's coming up now, and that's a nice addition. That's a big guy to be a sophomore you're going to have for a couple years.
Third down and short, a little bit of a busted play here. Boy, great job of the safety coming up to make the tackle. Well, you saw the two running backs collide, and that's, of course, a first-game mistake right there. And that really threw off the entire play. You're going to see it right here in the backfield. Watch the two running backs hit each other.
Well, he just read it perfectly. He was watching it the whole way, too, just saying, don't you throw it over here. Look at him. Don't throw it over here. I got you.
And a Zion Arnold Irvin, the safety. Boy, great play there.
Looks like they're going to tack on a penalty besides that, so march them backwards. It's going to put them out of field goal range, too.
Yeah, but by accepting that penalty there, it's going to keep it third down, so they'll get another play. Third down and 12 now for Louisville. Line to gain is the 11-yard line. Looks like some more movement there, and that one's probably coming back for procedure.
Yeah, that was a free play there.
Yeah, Naaman Forest had another chance for an interception as well. That ball hung up forever.
Third down.
So the penalty that time, I think, Bobby, you mentioned it, went against Naaman Forest. Henceforth, that free play. So third down and 7 coming up.
You might as well throw that one up there if you got it when you know that, you know, Naaman Forest came across the line and you have that free play. Go ahead and toss it up there. You never know.
Third and 7 now. There's a snap. Here comes some pressure. The throw out in the flat. Catch is made, and that is going to be enough for the first down.
Oh, 2 yards over, man. You knew where you had to be, caught it and got it.
That's number 82, the tight end, Lucas Sanders, with the catch. And you said it, Bobby, you got 1 yard past the line to gain. And so it's going to be first down and goal now. Louisville just inside the 10. The handoff goes to 21. Boy, nice move. Penalty flag comes out. That's going to be a holding call, you would think, against Louisville. So that will at least temporarily negate the touchdown. Boy, nice run that time by Byron Ellison.
Well, Ellison, he didn't want to go down. He met his guy at the end zone line, too, and just really put his helmet down. But all for naught, because it's coming back.
So the holding call will negate the touchdown. That's going to back him up 10 yards. Here's a look at the replay.
You see, it's just straight takedown right there.
First and goal from the 20.
That's what sprung it as well. A lot of times you see a holding that didn't even mean anything and it calls a touchdown back, but that one was the whole reason they got the touchdown.
First and goal at the 20. Handoff to number 11 across the right end. Boy, nice pursuit that time by Naaman Forest. They push him out of bounds after a gain of only about 3 yards. That was Xavier Lewis, the senior running back, on the carry. Second and goal from the 17.
That was kind of nice to see, you know, Naaman Forest have that pursuit to the outside and watch those linebackers and defensive ends, everybody pursuing. And, you know, that little running back is fast, and he was not able to get outside over there. So that's a nice thing to see, your defense being able to pursue like that to the outside.
There's a snap, another handoff. Boy, nice hold to the right. And tripped up inside the 5 is number 21, Byron Ellison. It's going to be third down and goal now from the 3. A nice little run that time by Ellison. Watch the move here back to the right.
Yeah, that offensive line, you know, they've been called a couple times on holding and moved them back, but they've been able to run the ball and pick back up these first downs. Now it's third down and right inside the 5-yard line, so they've been able to make up the penalty yards.
So third and goal here for Louisville. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off once again to the right side, and he's going to push his way into the end zone for a touchdown. So Louisville able to overcome the holding penalty. They had first and goal at the 20. Able to overcome that, and they put the first points of the year on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they just really were able to drive the ball. They had some big offensive line that said, we're going to win the battle down here, and that's what they did. They were just able to beat and just overpower the guys in green.
Penalty flag came out late. Got your unsportsmanlike conduct call there against Louisville.
They're just going to go for two, or what did they go? Oh, no, okay, they got the kicker out there. I couldn't tell who was kicker or not. They didn't break out of that huddle.
Extra point attempt coming up here. 6-0 Louisville. We've got 1:36 remaining in the first quarter. There's a snap. They are going to go for two. Pushing forward. I think he is in. No signal yet. There it is. And it is good. That was number 16 right up the middle, Philip Patterson. And the Farmers add two. Our new score here at Williams Stadium with 1:36 remaining in the first quarter. Louisville 8, Naaman Forest nothing. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
In that series was the fumble by Naaman Forest, the quarterback there for Naaman, D'Angelo Perales. Again, a sophomore making his first varsity start at quarterback, not able to come up with it. Bobby, so Louisville had the short field to play with. Of course, they had that one big penalty that pushed them back, first and goal at the 20, but they were able to overcome it, and they now lead 8-0.
Yeah, I mean, Perales is going to have to learn on that, because, it was a bad snap. It was down at his feet. But once that happens, you've got to know to just get on the ball. He tries to pick it up, tries to make a play. Ball gets away from him. But those are things, that's why you're playing this game today. You're basically playing a preseason non-conference game. And that's where you learn these things. And so you hope that that's a good teaching moment. That won't happen again.
The unsportsmanlike conduct penalty marked off here, of course, on the kickoff. So Louisville kicking from their own 25. So Naaman Forest should get pretty good field position out of this. Got two return men standing at their own 25.
Here comes the penalty. Took too long to get set up, I believe.
Yeah, they do indeed call it on Louisville. Boy, that's interesting. You saw Naaman, a couple of their players, out of position and kind of moving around. But if you're Louisville, you can still kick the ball.
You kick the ball, and I think they were waiting on them to get set. Maybe they didn't hear the whistle saying that they could kick it, and they thought that they were going to let Naaman set up and then blow the whistle. But no, I think that they were ready to roll on this.
And again, this works out great for Naaman, as now Louisville kicking from their own 20.
Yeah.
And should get pretty good field position out of this. Let's see how good the leg of number 19, Freddie Hoya, is, the kicker for Louisville. And the Ranger return men standing at around their own 30. And there is the kick, and he does have a pretty nice leg, as that's going to chase.
Wow.
Naaman's number 3. Dylan Turner back inside the 10, so what looked to be an opportunity for great field position, he's going to be chased out of bounds at around the 21.
Wow, that is That's pretty impressive because, you know, normal kicks, you would get it at the 25. If it goes into the end zone, basically you're only getting 4 yards out of that thing for Naaman. So, man, that's a tough one.
So the Ranger offense back on the field here, trailing for the first time in the game, 8-0. We've got a minute and a half remaining in the first quarter.
What do you think? That he thought, man, they're all scooting up so far. I'm going to kick it over their head, and he knew he had the leg to do it.
Yep.
That's impressive. Kicked it from the 20-yard line.
There's a snap, the fake handoff. Here comes some pressure outside, and Perales goes down once again around the 16. Another penalty flag out.
Stop by number 13.
Here's a look at it again. A little indecisiveness there from Perales as well. Look at big number 13 for Louisville come across and make the tackle. That's Carl Malvo, the senior defensive lineman.
We've seen Perales really holding the ball way out there from his body a couple of times when he started to scramble as well. He's going to have to remember to keep that ball really tucked up under and maybe 2 hands on that ball, because these guys, you know, when you get into 6A football, they're coming to swipe that ball out. They're not just trying to tackle you at your shoestrings. They're going to try to knock that ball out of your hands, and they're really fast. So he's going to have to really learn to really hold that ball real tight.
So after the loss on the play, 2nd down and 14 now for the Rangers. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to the right side. Nice run there for the Ranger running back out across the 25 to the 26.
And on the stop for the defense.
They've had pretty good, you know, success running from that side. That's every time they've run that direction, seems like they pick up 5, 6, 7 yards right here. Boom.
Number 2, Ivan Garcia with that run, and again gets across the 25. That's a gain of about 9 yards, but it still sets up a 3rd down and a long 5. Approaching the end of the first quarter here at Williams Stadium. A good game thus far. There's a snap, another handoff to the right side and out across the 30. That will be close, I think, from the mark. It looks like he will have the 1st down. Another penalty flag comes out. I think we're going to get another unsportsmanlike here against Louisville.
I think so. I mean, it's the 2nd time. I think they gave him a warning on the last play, and it looks like the same thing happened again. Just a little extra fire, just kind of fired up out there. You know, that's what happens out here. You know, you've been hitting the same guys over and over and over, and finally you get to hit somebody on another team. These guys are fired up. They've been out there, you know, all day thinking about this game.
Oh, you got the unsportsmanlike against Naaman Forest.
The offense.
So must have said something. I certainly didn't see anything in the way of movement, but the penalty will be marked off against the Rangers here. Let's see if we can pick it up.
I think there's a little leg kicking on the ground here. Ooh. There's where it is. It's those 2 guys pulling him down with his jersey.
Well, it looked like, you know, a little bit from both players, and of course Naaman gets flagged for it here, so that's going to back him up inside the 20. So again, they did pick up the 1st down, but then with the post-possession penalty there, it's going to be 1st and 10 now at the 16-yard line. Boy, a nice hole up the middle and a really good run there by number 10. Back in the game at running back Isaiah Cunning, and that's going to be a 1st down run of about 11 yards.
That will do it for the 1st.
Yep, exactly right. We have come to the end of the first quarter of play here at Williams Stadium. We've got a good one so far. Our score, Louisville 8, Naaman Forest nothing. We'll be back after these messages on.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
We are back for the start of the second quarter. Our score, Louisville 8, Naaman Forest nothing. Well, pretty good first quarter that time. Louisville again able to capitalize on a Naaman Forest turnover. That's the only turnover thus far in the game. And it cost Naaman a touchdown. 8-0 Louisville's were ready to start the second quarter. Naaman Forest with a first down after that nice 11-yard run.
Naaman will start his second quarter. First down from the 26-yard line.
Just about set here. I formation look for the Rangers on 1st and 10. There's a snap. Gonna hand the ball off once again, but boy, this time hit in the backfield is number 10 Isaiah Cunning, and boy, Louisville that time is able to push through and will drop him for a loss of 2 yards.
It looks like a lot of the plays, you know, Naaman really does well, and then the next play or so, it looks like they take it off. Like, you know, they're not exploding off the ball like they did in the play previous. And when they do that, these guys are just being able to roll right up into the backfield and make big plays.
Second down and 12 now for the Rangers. There's a snap. Play action. Well, Perales scrambling again. This time he's going to take it off and run with it. He's going to gain about 4 yards, close to the 30-yard line. So nice job that time by the sophomore to recognize nothing was open and take off. And look at D'Angelo Perales.
Naaman Forest really did win the running battle last quarter and total yards. They had 77 total yards against Louisville's 54 total yards, but you know, it doesn't show it on the clock because you have that fumble, and then all they have to do is drive 20 yards to get into the end zone, and there you have it, 8-0.
There's a snap. Looking for a screen. Boy, Louisville read that one well. They still get the pass off, but he's going to be just short of the first down. That was number 2, Ivan Garcia, with the catch, but a gain of only about 3. It's going to set up a third down now, or pardon me, 4th down and 3.
Perales was nice and patient. Waited on it, found his guy. Just a good play out there by Louisville.
Yeah, nice job by number 12, the the junior linebacker, Mark Cooper. 4th down and 3. Naaman set to punt it away here. We're just underway in the second quarter. 8-0 Louisville on top.
Yeah, 5 seconds. You got to get in formation here, 23. I don't think they're going to get it off.
And the play clock is actually stopped. The official's going to have to, yeah, there you got your delay of game. The play clock actually is stuck on 6.
Yeah, that's not very fair because the guys calling it are looking at 6. The one behind them expires, but you know, for your kicker, he's just looking at one that says 6 seconds on the clock. He doesn't realize that it's expiring.
So the delay of game penalty will go against Naaman Forest unless they discuss some kind of a clock malfunction that may let them replay this one. Yeah, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to waive off the penalty. So Naaman Forest maybe a bit of a break there unless they determine that the play clock was never reset correctly. But they're going to reset it now to 25. So Naaman Forest gets a fresh 25 on the play clock here to get this punt away.
Yeah, I think they should because, like I said, the play clock was expiring on behind Naaman Forest where they couldn't see it, and the one that they were looking at still had 6 seconds on the clock.
There was a good look just seconds ago at the head coach for Naaman Forest, Jesse Perales. He's done a really good job since he's been at Naaman Forest. And again, one of the favorites in District 9-6A again this year. Oh, and the high snap goes over the head of the punter.
What can he do?
Yeah, that's going to be disastrous there.
Oh.
He's going to try to get some running room, stays on his feet. Well, a nice run, did about all he could do, but Louisville once again is going to have great field position.
They're lucky it was Jason Flores back there because you know what kind of an athlete he is. Man, he took some punishment, and he was just able to outrun people and run people over, keep his balance. Look at that. Hello, here I come. He never does go down.
Number 5 for the Farmers, finally able to knock him out. And once again, you know, a mistake by the Rangers. We saw the fumble there in the first quarter that led to 8 points. And now, of course, the bad snap on the punt. So Louisville, once again, great field position. They're going to start at Naaman's 21.
I think that's where the fumble took place, exactly on the 21 of the last possession.
There's the fake handoff on play action. The quick throw out to the wide out. Number 6 makes the catch for Louisville. That's Kentrell Sorrells. His first catch of the game and a gain of about 8.
Yeah, Quasi Barnes comes out and makes a nice tackle on it. Goes to the outside. Boom, here I am.
Yeah.
Very nice. Number 23, I believe, as well.
Second down and 2 now for the Farmers. There's a snap. The handoff goes to number 21. A nice hole. He is into the end zone for a touchdown. Byron Ellison once again. Boy, nice job by the running back that time to pick the lane. Watch here on the blocking. Boy, great job.
Yeah, I think we get to that open field. He just uses his power. He's able to power his way into the end zone. But again, it's the mistakes that you make. You're having really a good game, actually, but you make 2 big mistakes on the 21-yard line, and Louisville's just too good of a team to let you get away with that.
Extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So our new score with 8:59 remaining in the second quarter, Louisville 15, Naaman Forest nothing. We'll be back after these messages. Nothing. Louisville on top on the power of 2 touchdown runs by number 21, Byron Ellison, for the Farmers, and he's got a pretty good game going so far.
Garcia and Turner back deep to return for Naaman.
$15-0. Naaman Forest in a bit of a hole. Of course, they've made 2 big mistakes. So far, Louisville has not made one. They've almost thrown a couple of interceptions to Naaman Forest. Naaman Forest has not been able to hold on to them.
Yeah, overall, they've played a good first quarter and into the second. It's just they've made 2 big mistakes, and those 2 mistakes have led to 15 points on the board. But, you know, you got to come away with, hey, what are we doing good? You know, this is our first game. What are we doing good? And then really work on those. And of course, you can always try to fix your mistakes.
Boy, short kick. Boy, interesting call by Louisville. You know, you've got the momentum of 15-0 lead. Now you're going to give Naaman great field position here.
Well, they're working on everything, Louisville
they
is,
are.
because they also faked a field goal or an extra point. And usually you don't want that. You don't want to give those secrets away in the middle until you need it. But they're putting it out here right now. And same with that. But now they also they get a penalty here and back them up a little bit.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about Louisville at the opener. You know, they made their deepest run in the playoffs last year since their 1996 state championship team. You know, went 3 rounds deep, and again, they've got, as you look down on the field, you know, they got some really good athletes. Bobby, they've got, you know, a nice combination of size and speed, and you know, you would think they're going to do pretty well this year in district play and then on into the playoffs.
Yeah, and they're deep. They've got a lot of guys sitting over on the sidelines that probably could start for a lot of teams here in the area. So they're very deep and probably a real good team. We'll see. You know, it's all about, you know, can you stay injury-free and all that sort of thing when you start working into, you know, the late time in the season. But Right now, they're big and they're fast.
A little high on the throw there from Perales. He was looking for his favorite target so far early in the game. That's number 3, Dylan Turner. But again, just sells a little bit on him. Passes incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
Hey, you see out there, Marcus Deal, number 56. Now, you know, that was a pass play, but he was blocking all the way down past the 50-yard line on that. He got away with one right there.
There's a snap, a handoff coming here to the left side. Boy, nice little opening and a good run across midfield. Looks to be about a yard shy of the 1st down. But once again, you know, number 2 for Naaman Forest, Ivan Garcia, has had some pretty nice runs here in this 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what you want. You want to run left. Right here, look at Deal and all these big guys over there, Bird. You get behind them, and you have some running room. It's like a big wall moving. And so that's what you want right there. You can pick up 7, 8 yards at a time if you're going to do that. These are some big guys that are athletic and like to hit people.
3rd down and 1. Snap to Perales. Going to hand it off to the left. That's going to be a 1st down and more. Boy, one man to beat, but a nice tackle out there by number 2 of Louisville, Cameron Jenkins, but another good run by number 10, Isaiah Cunning, and the Rangers have something going here. Now, there's a penalty flag.
It looks like they're going to get Ivan Thomas right there in the backfield. It looked like a pancake block that he had, but I think they're going to call him for holding.
Yeah, but you called it right there, Bobby. So, again, that 3rd and 1 had a nice 1st down run, but that is all for naught. Now we're going to have a 3rd down and 11. So, boy, significantly changes your play call.
Yeah, you're wanting it to stay short yardage so you can pick these 3 and 4 yards up and pick a 1st down. But now it's like you're almost in a passing play down here with 11 yards to go on a 3rd down.
Double wing formation. One running back, boy, picks up the blitzer. That's a nice play. Perales rolls to his right. He's going to look down the sideline. He had his intended receiver there, Bobby, but goes in and out of the hands and falls incomplete. That was Turner once again, Dylan Turner. Boy, it looked like he had him there.
I mean, when he gets outside the pocket, he really does set his feet really nice and make a good play. I mean, look at this throw. I mean, he just leads his receiver perfectly. You just got to hang on to that one. You pick up a 1st down right there. The initial play wasn't there. The receivers were not open. But when he gets outside and starts running, and the receivers, they kind of take off downfield, and it leaves it open for him to just lead them out there. So I like it. He keeps his eyes downfield, and that's what you want. He's only a sophomore.
4th down 11. Naaman Forest looking to punt, and the kick comes down to the 20-yard line. Boy, nice return that time by Louisville's number 10, Gerard Gibbs. And they're going to have great field position once again, this time starting at their own 39. They already have a 15-0 lead. A nice return, nice shoes as well.
He had a little shake and bake to him.
He did. A little rainbow shoes out there as well as he comes right back on the field, but a nice return by that young man. And again, good field position here for Louisville, already leading 15-0.
He's playing in the slot over there. I think you better stay on top, stay on him, because he's had a little speed, little movement.
Send him in motion there, hands off to the deep back. Boy, nice play right up the middle by Naaman's defense to hold him to no gain. Let's give him 1 on the carry.
He just runs into a lot of green. Man, that was just a nice play right there from the defensive end. He comes flying through there. Although he doesn't make the tackle, he disrupts everything so much that everybody else can fill in the gaps.
2nd and long here for Louisville. Play action. He's going to roll out to his right, looking to throw. He's got time. Well, here comes the pressure. And he runs or gets pushed out of bounds. And so that's going to be a loss of 2 back to the original line of scrimmage. Boy, had time.
He had time, and he had a receiver running the post play right down the middle, wide open as well. Right as soon as he gets right outside here, it looks like he's looking at him. I thought he was going to throw it, but yeah. decides to wait and not do that play, and it's probably best. You never want to throw across your body into the middle of the field because there's always somebody flying through there that you don't see, and that's where they get picked off. So probably just a good, smart play to run out of bounds there.
3rd down and 10. Let's see if Naaman's defense can come up big here. They're going to throw it out quickly. Boy, nice tackle made by the pursuer that time for Naaman Forest. That is number 10, I believe.
Yeah, it's Isaiah Cunning, and he's been everywhere. He's been, you know, offense, defense. Now he's going to go out there on special teams and punt. I mean, these guys are just playing both ways, and there's a lot of them doing it.
It was a gain of 4 yards on the reception, but a nice hold that time by Naaman Forest, and they're going to get the ball back here. 4th down and 6 for Louisville as we approach the midway point of the second quarter. Another nice kick is this time. Garcia's going to let it bounce. Let's see if he can. Oh boy, nice play by Louisville to keep it out of the end zone. And they're going to mark it down at the 4-yard line. Boy, great hustle that time by number 8, Caden Jenkins.
Well, he just outran it. I mean, the ball was hopping, going straight towards the end zone. Look at him now; he just takes off. Nice job. Everybody else is just sitting there waiting for it to go into the end zone, not him.
Well, that's going to be one of those, you know, he's going to get called out on, when they're watching the game film, man. He's going to get an award for that.
Yeah,
you know, great play on special teams. You got it.
Yeah, you'll have his name on the board.
Yes, he will. Get a couple stickers for the helmet.
Hey, you know, when you're playing this big of a school, there is a lot of players on that squad, and so it's the little things like that that get you on the first team and get you a little more playing time. You know,
no doubt.
You're really working hard, so you got to really put out the effort.
Naaman Forest pulls a couple of linemen that time, tries to get a little bit of a hole there to the left side, but a short gain by number 19 that time, Isaiah Wesley, a gain of only about a yard. See, they pulling the lineman right there, but boy, nice job coming from behind. It's number 44. He's had a good game so far for Louisville. He is a defensive lineman, Mason Johnson.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of stunning, especially for the first game of the season, because that was a stunt play. He came from the right side all the way around to the left side and stunted, and was able to chase that down. So they're switching it up out there.
Another handoff up the middle, this time a gain of about a yard, maybe 2 more. Naaman appears to be playing a little safe here since they're so deep in their territory. That's number 19 with the carry. He also comes up hurt a little bit there. So once again, Wesley with the carry. You have to have him come out of the game. So we've seen 2 straight runs here, Bobby. Let's see if you think play action here on 3rd down, or are they going to keep it safe on the ground?
Yeah, I think you're going to have to try to keep it safe here. We haven't seen a whole lot of throwing and passing and catching. There you go.
There it was. There was my play action play, and that's going to be a 1st down. Nice play on the slant.
Morales put that one right on the money. I mean, I love the way he throws this ball.
And a Rangers
see what they see in him. Look at that. Just zipped it right in there, right on the money. He's tall. He sees over everybody. Yeah, I like it.
Another sophomore that time with the catch, Hayden Denton, and that is enough for the 1st down out to the 19. .4:15 remaining until halftime. Louisville on top 15-0. Naaman would sure like a score here. See the quick draw there to the running back for a gain of about 4 more. See if Naaman can get some points on the board and a little bit of momentum before half.
You would really like it, wouldn't you? That'd be really nice. That was a very nice, tough run. Knocked his pads out of his helmet. I think you need to go get that fixed. That was your ear pad. I mean, that's not something you just throw over there. I think you got to come out and get that thing fixed.
Ivan Garcia once again. They're going to fake the handoff, throw it out.
Oh, come on.
And just not able to hold on to the ball. There's number 4, Dominique Hall.
You know, Dominique Hall's caught that ball 100 times. You know, it's not like he can't catch it. He knows how to catch it out there. It's just sometimes it's coming fast and that guy jumps right in front of it. And you see this guy jumped right there. It just made him lose the, I mean, he probably touched the ball as well, and the ball started moving on him. But that would have been a nice little pickup right there.
3rd down and 6 for Naaman Forest. Line to gain is the 29. There's a quick throw out. Catch is made, but he's going to be short by about 2 yards.
Now what do you do?
Oh, you got to kick this ball away.
Yeah, you've got to. But they've not had too much luck on the kick. It was snapped over his head on the last one, and boy, you just don't want something like that to happen right here.
Punt unit does come back out for Naaman Forest.
Jason Flores again as the punter.
Flores in punt formation.
Looks like we may have a timeout called here. Why don't we just keep it here and talk a little bit about this game? You know, really a pretty evenly played game, Bobby. I know it's 15-0 on the scoreboard, but obviously we've mentioned, you know, a couple times that both touchdowns really coming off of Naaman Forest's mistakes. But, you know, from a yardage perspective and really what both teams are trying to do, pretty even game so far here at Williams Stadium.
I think we said that Naaman Forest has been able to run the ball really well. They've got 111 total yards, 80 yards on the ground, or 60 yards on the ground. So it's not like they're not putting some yards up. And we've seen a lot of great things from D'Angelo Perales. I mean, he's 6 of 10, 60 yards. He's really thrown the ball really nice. And he's given his receivers a chance to catch it. And when you do all of those good things together, you usually come out on top. Now, you can't have 2 turnovers on the 21-yard line and expect that to happen against a good team. But the defense has really done well.
So they do indeed call their second timeout and decide to go ahead and go for it here on 4th down and short. Boy, this is a gamble here. Oh, a low snap. And I don't think he's going to get there.
No.
Boy,
Yeah.
that is a gamble right there, but I think they're going to mark him just short.
They're going to have to come out with the chains.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because they've got one guy standing up past the line and one right on it. But, man, again, here you are on a huge play, and they have a bad snap again. I mean,
yeah, they're going to have to bring out the chains on this. And Bobby, you know, kind of like we talked about earlier in the game, I'd be real interested to see, you know, was his knee down when he grabbed the ball? Because if so,
yeah, it should be 4
it
yards
should
back.
exactly dead right there. So, you know, we were talking earlier, you know, Naaman Forest may have had that argument. Louisville may have an argument now saying, hey, his knee was down. But it was not called. And here comes the chain. So it's going to be depending, obviously, on the spot. And I think he may have it, Bobby. Let's see. They're going to place it down, pull the chains tight.
He's going to get
and he's got it.
First down.
Well,
Nose of
very
the football.
fortunate, too, because
Yep.
he picks that up. That's exactly how the fumble happened. He tried to pick it up and lost the fumble. This time he picks it up and is barely able, uses his 6'2" body, basically, to reach across the line. And, I mean, that's as close as you get right there on a 4th down. All these coaches over here are just breathing easy now.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, my goodness. Woo!
Yeah,
We'd be hearing it from the teachers and from the parents after this game if that one didn't make it.
Yep. You know, it's one of those things, too, again, the first game of the season, non-district game, you know, doesn't mean much in the grand scheme of things.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, it'll be interesting to see if the same call would have been made by Coach Perales had this been a district game. But at any rate, it did work out. And so Naaman Forest maintains possession. 1st and 10 here at the 29. The handoff goes to, oh, boy, nice run there. I think that's number 19. Still moving.
Hello, here I am.
Nice run and a gain of about 8 yards.
Tell him, everybody, tell everybody what your name is.
Oh, actually, that was 10.
Cunnings, yeah. He said, hey, I'm Cunning here. I'm Cunnings. Watch for me again. Here I come. Just call me the freight train. Look at him pushing, man.
Keeps pushing.
Hey, that's why you're doing weights and squats and power clean all summer long. You know, you're building that back and those hamstrings.
And off to Garcia. He's going to pick up the first down. That's a gain of 3 more to the 40.
Garcia with a
2:34 remaining. The clock stops momentarily while they reset the chains. Naaman has a little bit of a drive going here. Again, it'd be great to get some points on the board and momentum headed into halftime.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they run right over here on the left side with Deal over here and Bird. That's a big group of guys right here on this left side. I wouldn't doubt if they just keep powerhouse from that side.
Straight drop back. Perales looking. Now he's going to scramble some. He's going to throw it out. He's got a man out there. We're not able to hold on to the ball is the receiver. There's a penalty flag out here also.
Yeah, they're going to get them for a holding here because, again, when you start, you know, your initial read isn't there and you start scrambling around, and then all of a sudden you got offensive linemen trying to hold their blocks, and all the defensive guys start taking off running, and you've already got your hands all up in their jersey, and then all of a sudden the referee just sees jerseys getting pulled. You watch right here, see him got it blocked, and then all of a sudden he changes direction, and then all of a sudden jerseys are getting pulled. But again, Perales is doing the same thing. He scrambles out there, and then he tells his guys to keep running down the field, and he tosses it up to him, and he's giving his guys a chance to catch it.
First down and 20 after the holding call. Snap to Perales. They're going to hand the ball off once again to Garcia up the middle, a gain of about 3 yards. We are inside of 2 minutes to go in the half. And one of the Naaman players lose his helmet, so he's going to have to come off the field for a play. Here's a look at the running back, Garcia. Boy, he has some nice carries thus far here in the first half.
Yeah, you know, he's only a sophomore. Yeah, it's awesome to get that playing time going in as a sophomore. You have all that experience. You gain lots of confidence. By the time your senior rolls around, it's old school, man. You know the plays. You know how to set up. Feel
Perales,
good.
yep, Perales looking to throw it. He has a strike, but boy, the linebacker sitting right there waiting for it as well. So a gain of about 5 yards. It's going to set up third down and 12.
Look at him, though. Flips the ball around, sets his feet, boom. Pops it right in there, man. That's a nice throw.
And an injured player, the Louisville young man that made the tackle, hurt on the play. That's Gerard Gibbs, the senior linebacker.
Yeah, you see what's happening here, though. These guys finally getting to play a lot and have a lot of action in this heat out here on this AstroTurf, and all of a sudden your legs start cramping up. We might see a lot more of this come that fourth quarter, because after they sit inside that locker room at halftime, they're all drinking Gatorades, and they come out here in the third quarter, man, and their muscles have all kind of relaxed and start to get tight, you know. And then you come out here and all of a sudden you start to run around again. That fourth quarter comes around. Ooh, those calf muscles start putting a little ball and your hamstrings, man. It feels like you got shot in the back of the leg when that thing gets tight, man. You think that, you know, just a little hamstring, boy, it hurts.
Yes, it does.
See, yeah, these guys are tough dudes out there, and you're looking at him, he's limping off like he got shot in the back of the leg. Man, it hurts when those things start cramping up. Get him some pickle juice.
Jason Flores made that last reception. Again, a gain of about 5 yards, but it's going to set up third down and 12 here. Naaman Forest needs to get right at midfield to keep this drive alive. Perales, 5-step drop. He's looking out. Boy, look at the tight coverage. A good catch. Penalty flag. They may even get an interference call here. And if they do, that will actually help out Naaman Forest.
Yeah, Flores right there, again, runs about a 7-yard out. He was a little short of the first down, but Perales puts that ball right on the money, and I believe this penalty right here is going to give him the first.
It is. That's why I say the pass interference. You take the pass interference penalty.
Absolutely. Look at this. He looks one way. He looks to the right and then powers it to the left, and what a great catch by Flores. Man, what a great athlete. Flores is just all over. He's playing defense. He's their punter. He's playing wide out. You know, what an athlete.
First, I think the officials made a mistake here. They're waving things off here.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because that ball was short of the first down. So if they don't take the penalty, it's going to be a 4th down. So I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but at any rate,
they marked it as the first down. They just marked it in the wrong place.
Exactly. Yeah, and they're talking about it right now, but we've got a timeout called on the field here, I think, by Louisville as well. We'll keep it here as you see the officials talking about it. But, yeah, you know, great catch by Flores, just like you said, Bobby, but he was about 3 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, I think it was around the 39s where he caught it. And
so, again, if the pass interference penalty is accepted, then that's going to create your first down. But they just kept it right where the catch was made. And so there's here we go.
So
we got a replay here.
So it looks like he catches it around the 44, right?
Coming back from the timeout.
Yeah.
First down Rangers spotted at the 46.
7, 46.
Yeah, which is where the ball is
That's
now.
where it's at now.
Yeah. So officials made a mistake. Hey, it's the first game for them as well. So
yeah, I think it should have been at around the 43 is where it should have been.
there's a snap. Morales looking to throw. Oh, he's going to get hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Boy, big play that time. As I'm not sure if he even saw the linebacker coming in, but big number 44 for Louisville right there in on the tackle. And that's going to take us under a minute to go as well. Bobby, it's almost like he didn't see him.
Just like that. I mean, they got good things happening, and then a bad thing. So
boy, another bad snap.
Yep, ball's on the ground again. Now they're going to lose another 7 yards.
So a timeout called here by Louisville, I believe.
Yeah. At this point, I'm telling you, I think you just keep it on the ground. You try to run this out. You got 28 seconds. It's third down and long now. You gotta try to get the clock moving and not stop. You don't want to give Louisville a chance to score right here at the end of the half.
Yeah, that was Louisville's second timeout here in the first half. They've got one remaining. And so, you know, if they do keep it on the ground here, you would expect Louisville to call that final timeout because they also think, hey, we can get some more points on the board. Boy, so a pretty interesting first half that we've seen so far. Again, we've talked about it a couple times, but really the two mistakes, the problem for Naaman here in the game, it's 15-0 Louisville.
Yeah, those are the ones that really stand out. But the play right there before, where they snapped it on the ground, right there, you take a negative play, another 7 yards back, a sack, and all of a sudden now you're not on the 46-yard line anymore. Now you're down here on the 33. So it's tough when you lose that many yards in 2 consecutive plays.
Yeah, third down and 23. They are going to hand it off, Bobby, just like you said. Let's see if Louisville uses that last time out. I think they just did. Gain of about 6 yards. A nice run that time for Naaman Forest, but they are well short of the first down. And the Farmers have elected to call that final timeout with 21 seconds remaining on the clock. And, Bobby, we'll just keep it here. We're so close to halftime. And Louisville looks like we'll get the opportunity. The other thing, of course, probably, crossing Louisville's mind is we've already seen one bad snap on a punt attempt. So,
yeah,
again, Louisville calls that final timeout.
Make them snap that ball again,
yep.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, the first half stats here, Perales, he's 8 of 12 for 70 yards. That's really nice. That's about 66%. You got Isaiah Cumming. Man, what a run. He's been really powerhousing it. He's got 9 attempts at 56 yards. That's a little bit over 6 yards per carry. And then Ivan Garcia has got 28 yards at 5.6 yards per carry. So every time they run the ball, they're picking up nice yards. And so they have a total of 123 total yards, 70 in the air and 53 on the ground. So now they've got 6 penalties. They've got to clean that up and 1 bad turnover. And but besides that, they've played a pretty good game. It's a good learning experience. First game out here.
Yep.
Defensively, they've really been good.
So Naaman looks like they have the offense on the field here on 4th down and 19. Let's see if the quarterback just
runs in circles back there and tries not to let anybody catch you
Well,
for 21 seconds.
I was going to say the kick,
tag.
man.
Freeze tag back there. Don't catch me.
For 19 seconds or 21 seconds, I'm not sure that would be feasible.
Yeah,
but
you better get one of your fastest guys out there, you know. Maybe snap it to Cunning and let him just run around in circles out there. Don't let anybody catch you.
Right, exactly. Naaman Forest does use their final timeout of the half as well. And as we get into the second half, we'll talk a little bit about the upcoming season. Super excited for this year. Again, this is our 20th year of broadcasting on GRS TV. We're happy to be back with you for another season, and it'll be an interesting district race this year. Bobby, we welcome in Wiley East. So this, was an 8-team district, has now become a 9-team district. So we'll talk a little bit more in the second half about that. But
20 years of broadcasting this is awesome.
It is. Boy, just gets the punt away. Look at that high punt. Fair catch is called for and made right at the 38-yard line. And I would venture to guess we may see Louisville take a knee here. Yeah, 20 years. It's been a great ride, and we sure have enjoyed everybody watching along with us. Got a great crew, as always.
Yeah, and you've got GRS TV at Lakeview Centennial High School, taking kids out there and coming out here in the broadcasting and video camera and working the monitors. And, man, what a great job that GRS TV's afforded the opportunity to a lot of high school kids to come out here and see if they want to do this for a career, and it's just been a great opportunity. For 20 years they've been doing this.
So looking to throw it here is the quarterback. He's got a man wide open in the middle of the field. Now there's no timeouts remaining. The clock will stop momentarily while they reset the chains. There's 5 seconds remaining. Louisville's going to have to hurry up. There is a penalty flag, however, sitting back at the 35. And Bobby, was he across the line when he threw that ball? I think he may have been.
Let's see.
It looks like they got a hold. Well, he was dangerously close to the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball. I thought that may be what it is, but it looks like they're going to get a hold. So here's a look at the replay. In the line of scrimmage is right at around the 38-yard line. Yeah, he was behind it. So, but they did get Louisville for holding. Get time for one play, perhaps, but they just wind the clock back up. Yeah, Louisville's just going to let it run out. And we have come to the end of the first half of play here, it looks like. Haven't seen the official signal. There it is. So we have come to the end of the first half at Williams Stadium with our score. Louisville 15, Naaman Forest nothing. We'll be back after halftime. We are back at Williams Stadium for the start of the third quarter. Our halftime score, Louisville 15, Naaman Forest 0. Bobby, an interesting first half. We saw, several mistakes by Naaman Forest, and let's take a look at some of the highlights. See the Ranger faithful ready to cheer on their team. First big play of the game. There's our touchdown.
Yeah, it comes right after a turnover inside the 20. And the other touchdown comes outside after a punt was snapped over the punter's head down the 20-yard line, and then they were able to convert for that one.
So Byron Ellison there with both touchdown runs in the game. And again, Louisville with that 15-0 lead as we start the second half.
Naaman Forest played good. They had 123 total yards. Louisville had 79. They had 70 yards in the air. Louisville had 40. Naaman Forest had 53 on the ground to 39 for Louisville. So, defensively, you have a lot of positive things that happened with Naaman. They were able to shut them down pretty good. And as far as, offense, they played good. They just had some mistakes. When they needed it, they got the first downs, but then they would turn around and fumble the ball, or, they would have a penalty. Something negative play happened, and it just turned it around for them. And Louisville was able to convert those issues that they had. But outside of that, hey, this is a whole nother half that they get to play and see what they can do.
Boy, nice return there by Louisville, close to the 30. A penalty flag comes out late, and the runner, return man, loses his helmet there. That was Xavier Lewis on the return. We'll check this penalty flag, but Louisville will get the ball here to start the second half, as you just saw. And Naaman's defense going to want to come up really big here.
Now, this is where we were talking earlier when they come out, from sitting in that locker room for a good 30 minutes, and now they come out here and all of a sudden, all these players that are going both ways for Naaman Forest, they've been going offense, then they turn around and get back on the defensive line, and then they turn around and are on kickoff return and punt. These guys have to be able to have some endurance, and we're going to see how that plays out here. Can they overcome these things? Can they explode through the line and keep playing all the way through this third and fourth quarter? We're going to see this. What a play right there.
Yeah, great play. The running back there, Bobby, as you notice, he was in some trouble trying to circle back around and goes backwards. And boy, I tell you, that's something coaches do not like to see, is a running back go backwards like this. Watch right here. You're going to see him spin out.
See who's chasing him, though. Right here is big number 22, Flores. Here's another guy that we say, he's been playing both ways. He's the big receiver on offense, and now he comes over here and he's playing defensive end and chasing guys all over the place and making big plays.
Got another huddle here by the officials. And you mentioned it, Bobby, when you gave the stats, but really a defensive game playing out here so far. Louisville has that 15-0 lead. There's our personal foul called against, it looks like Naaman Forest.
First down.
That's going to be 15-yard penalty against Naaman and give Louisville an automatic first down. But, Bobby, where I was going with that is, Louisville's got that 15-0 lead, but as you mentioned, they only have 3 first downs, 79 total yards. That's it, 79 yards in the first half.
That's right. That's what I say. Naaman Forest really been playing good, stout defense. They've not given them anything.
So the penalty yardage will move the ball up to the 24. 1st and 10 now for Louisville. There is the handoff once again to 21, the running back, and short gain of only about 2 yards once again for Veron Ellison.
13, Bridges, and 53, Thompson. In on the play for the Rangers defense.
Here's a look at the replay. We're back to live action here. We have a quick throw out. Catch is made. That's going to be first down yardage by number 9 of the Farmers.
Well, I tell you, when you get slammed down to the ground like that, I think every bone in your back pops. I mean, he got hit, and when he hit the ground, a bunch of guys slammed on top of him. I think when you come out of that one, you don't have any breath left in you, and all your back is popped straight out into, right into place, man. You feel like a new person after you get up off the ground like that.
There's a snap, quick, or fake the throw, then the quick throw out in the flat. The catch is made, and then goes out of bounds in a hurry, does Lamar Kirby. That's going to be a gain of about 6 more. Across the 42 to 41. There's a look at Kirby.
That was a nice play, little pump. And I thought he was going to throw the pump and go, but he ends up just double pumps it. Puts it right on the money.
Louisville going with a little no huddle here as well to start the second half. There's a snap, fakes the handoff. Got play action here. Here comes some pressure. Tries to throw it out and throws it behind the intended receiver. He's looking for his running back, Ron Ellison, on the play, but the pass does fall incomplete. 3rd down and 5.
That comes about because that linebacker gets in there in a hurry and starts putting that pressure on him, chases him outside the pocket, and he's like slapping at his heels as he's running and makes him throw it a little early. So good defensive pressure right there.
Have a trips look to the right side of your screen. 3rd down and 5. There's a snap. Looking to throw it. Boy, right up the middle. He's going to throw it. Boy, throws a low pass there. It's incomplete. And Bobby, I thought he was just going to take off. It looked like he had a room up the middle. Could have easily picked up the 1st down, but he just kind of hangs in there and throws a low throw here. Watch this in the middle of the field.
It looks like he could have just took off right there. Of course, he has 2 linebackers in front of him that maybe he was seeing, but Garcia has a great defensive play. He stays on his man the whole time. There was just nowhere to go with that thing.
So 4th down and 5 here. Louisville looking to punt it away. Well, high snap, but able to pull it down is the punter. He's going to kick it to the right side. It's going to bounce inside or close to the 20. Let me say it's going to die right at the 22. So Naaman Forest going to take over there. So good job by the defense coming out after half, Bobby. They had the 1 penalty there on the personal foul, but really 3 and out for Louisville after that.
Yeah, as we've been saying, they've really done a good job containing the run, not letting anyone get outside of them. And as far as playing on those wide receivers, everybody's staying on them. As we saw, Garcia was right on his man and just nowhere to go with the ball. So nice job right there by the Rangers.
So the Ranger offense comes back out, and here we go. The second half started here by D'Angelo Perales. And, Bobby, he's had a half under him now as a sophomore, starting sophomore quarterback of the Varsity. See if he settles in a little bit more here in the second half. Didn't have a bad first half by any means, but, as a sophomore, that's a tough assignment when you're coming out, for your first varsity action. And
yeah, seeing the first little bit of play time that you've ever had, and it's going live against a big varsity team. And, I think he's composed pretty good. I think he's setting his feet, making good throws.
Well, let's see if he settles in here in the second half and gets this offense moving. Again, they had 127 total yards in that first half. Going to get a free play here. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a nice arm. Overthrows his intended receiver. Again, that should be a free play, although I don't see a penalty flag on the field. And I think Naaman Forest is wondering why not.
Yeah, Jesse Perales over there, he's throwing. Why didn't you throw a flag? What are you doing? And he's really pleading his case right there. And that was the whole point. They thought they had an offsides free play, throw it deep.
Yeah, it looked like, contact was made there before the snap. Here it comes. See it right in the middle of your screen right there.
Right over the center.
Boy, so catching a little bit of a break there is Louisville. So 2nd down 15. Now there's movement. That's going to move him back 5 more.
Now Coach Perales is going, yeah, you called that one. Or, that was just a little bit tough. That one, there was no doubt. They were watching it that time. Well, the referees came in, and, we're talking about the players. They also had to go over there and drink some Gatorade and get a little tired, too.
That's true.
He may not have had his flag in his hand and the whistle in his mouth.
2nd down at 20 now. There's a snap, and they're going to hand the ball up, up the middle. Well, a little bit of pushing and shoving going on as well.
Well, I tell you, if you see big number 56 coming in from the top of your screen right there, it looked like the blind side where he took his man and drove him all the way outside the lines. You can see him right there up at the very top of the screen. You can see his feet. He is still pushing his guy, and he pancakes him down there on the sideline. I mean, he took him all the way out. That's one of those plays that tomorrow or when they watch game film, they'll be seeing that. Look at this hustle. This is what we want from all of our linemen.
With 3rd down and 17, another low snap. Morales is going to scramble to his right. He's going to look to throw it down the sideline, but he's going to throw it out of bounds. The receiver had stepped out, so that would not have been a, even if the ball would have been completed, that would have come back. But pass is incomplete. It's going to be 4th down. And once again, penalties really the catalyst on this drive as well. Naaman's offense just hasn't been able to get things going.
Gets outside right there, and I thought maybe if he took off running, he might, well, no, he had some guys in front of him, but he did have a receiver, I think it was number 8, sitting about 10, 11 yards down the field, sitting right there. He felt like he was open, and he felt like Morales missed him. But, it's always a different story when you're the one that's got the ball trying to make the play.
Well, it looked like movement again, but no penalty flag. The punt comes off the side of the punter's foot, goes straight directly sideways out of bounds. So once again, Louisville going to have great field position, Bobby. They're going to start inside Naaman territory at the 43. Boy, and all the breaks really going Louisville's way here in this game.
They really are. The Rangers are kind of just handing it to them, but then that defense is so stout. They really, Louisville just not been able to capitalize too much on it.
Yeah,
see what they do here. They really got to hold them, though, now. I mean, they're inside their own 50 here, and Louisville's playing downhill.
Yeah, let's see if maybe that defense, you've been talking about how stifling they've been in this whole game. See if maybe they can do something. Boy, nice throw and catch that time to the receiver, number 10, Gerard Gibbs, and he's going to pick up about 12 yards. That's going to be another 1st down. What I was just about to say, Bobby, is let's see if the defense maybe can come up with a big play, maybe create a turnover, get a little bit of that momentum back. But a nice play there on 1st down for Louisville. Now the quarterback's going to take it and run, tries to get outside, sidesteps one player, boy, still on his feet, then gets knocked out of bounds inside the 15 all the way down to the 14.
He showed his speed right there. We haven't seen him run, but he was able to get outside on that one and make a quick play. They had him shut down right here. They have him shut down. Got it, but then he makes that quick play, and we see the speed for him to get outside. He outruns 2 guys outside there.
Naaman Forest going to call a timeout here and talk about things. We'll take a quick break with them. Our score with 8:40 remaining in the 3rd, Louisville 15, Naaman Forest nothing.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
Naaman's first charge timeout of the 2nd half. Louisville with a 1st down and 10 at the 14-yard line. Well, the Ranger defense needs to come up big here. I know we keep saying it, but the offense has not been able to get things going. Now, credit Louisville's defense some for that as well, but really 3 scores down here, Bobby, would be really tough for this Naaman offense to come back from. Boy, fakes the handoff there. Quarterback's going to keep it. He's got some room still on his feet. That's a touchdown, Farmers. And here comes more penalty flags. You see more shenanigans after the play. Got to keep your composure here, but Louisville with another 6.
Yeah, we haven't seen him run, but now he's starting to take off a little bit. He was able to do it with his feet. He got down there inside the 10, and then he took it into the end zone by himself. They kind of changed it up at halftime. They're like, hey, we're gonna throw the ball a little bit more, and we're gonna have you run the ball a little bit more, and that was all of that entire drive.
So the official's still talking about it. They have not put the points on the board, but that touchdown's going to stand.
That happened after the play in the end zone for sure.
There's your unsportsmanlike call. It's probably going to go against both teams. I see Louisville for sure. Yeah, here comes yours against Naaman as well. So offsetting penalties. Touchdown is good, as we mentioned. It's 21-0 with the extra point to come. Boy, just a lot going on here, but yeah, got to keep your composure here. First game of the season.
Well, these are great coaching moments, though, because now you have an opportunity to set expectations with your coaches and with your kids. I mean, you've got to teach them, hey, you have adversity, and this is how we're going to overcome those adversities. We're not going to lay down. We're going to try to work on some things, and we're going to get better. And these are good coaching moments, not just in football, but in life. You have to work with the kids and teach them, the right type of attitude and the never quit mentality, and hard work is going to pay off, and you just keep doing the things the right way and at the right time, and things will happen good for you. So good coaching moments right here for Coach Perales and his whole entire team.
Yep, absolutely. It's a great point. Louisville lining up for the extra point attempt. There's a snap and hold. The kick is away. Looks to be good. And I think it's no good. He actually pushed it to the left, so no good on the extra point. So our score remains 21-0 Louisville. We've got 8:33 remaining here in the third quarter. Bobby, let's just keep it here. Just went to a break moments ago on that timeout, and let's talk a little bit about the district here. Again, we mentioned at the end of the first half, kind of a new look for 9-6A, as we are now a 9-team district, as Wiley East has now joined the fray. Bobby, this district, we were talking a little bit about it at halftime, really up for grabs, the entire district. There's not really any, one team that you think, hey, this is the strong team this year. So really, for those 4 playoff spots, it looks to be a wide open race. Naaman, we figure, is going to be there, right? They've got a lot of returning players, but we've got some others in the district that may make some noise.
Well, we always look at Saxe, and we always look at Rowlett, and we see, well, they are always the leaders in the district. Saxe last night had a big loss, and you look at, do they have a great quarterback? Do they have these dynamic players that usually leads them in the division? And you look at Rowlett the same way, and you also hear that, you got some young players over at North Garland coming up, and Garland, they had a great team last year and ended up losing in the playoffs, and they lost a lot of seniors. So where are they going to be at in the division? It's so early. We haven't been able to scout all these teams yet to see exactly how they're going to play and what kind of depth they have. But we do know one thing. We are in Friday Night Football, and we're going to have a great season. And whatever it is, there's going to be 4 of them that's going to get in the playoffs.
Exactly right. The one difference this year, of course, with the 9-team district, we're so used to seeing those 3 non-district games and then, your 7 district games. Of course, this year you only get 2 non-district because you're playing 8 district games. So, you've got, for Naaman Forest, for example, they've got this game in Louisville. They've got one next week, and then it's district play time.
Yeah,
so
you're going to start it. You only get 2 preseason games this year.
Yep. So some more pushing and shoving. We see more flags after the return out to the 27-yard line. We'll talk a little bit more about the district race as the rest of the night moves on as well. It's going to be fun for sure. See a couple more personal foul penalties, I would assume, here, offsetting, just like we saw a moment ago.
It's fun. You hear all that band going and the drums and the cymbals and the cheerleaders yelling. It's just a lot of fun.
Boy, Bobby, it looks like Naaman caught a break here because they didn't get off setting. They're only calling the personal foul against Louisville, so that's going to move the ball out to the 43. So let's see if maybe that's the spark that can get the offense going. Still plenty of time in this game. Got 8:26 remaining in the third quarter. There's a snap. This time the handoff goes to Garcia to the left side. Got some running room out here. Picks up a block by his receiver. Going to get close to 10 yards. He looks to be about a yard shy, but a nice run on first down of 9.
Well, that's been their bread and butter. You know, trying to run that ball right off tackle on both sides, the left side and the right side. They've had a lot of luck right there, and you'd like to see them start off good and positive right off the bat on this drive.
For the Rangers.
Here's a look at that run by Garcia right here, and nice block out there by the wide receiver.
Yeah, number 56 too. Deal. He gets a pancake block right there.
There's a snap. There's the handoff once again. And a tackle made right at the 45-yard line of Louisville. And Bobby, I believe this is Naaman's first time in Louisville territory since the first drive of the game where they got all the way down to the 21. But I think this is the first time they've been back in Louisville territory since then.
Wow. I didn't realize that, but
If you have lost
they really need to use it then to their advantage. Play a little downhill now.
Yeah, you know, we saw Louisville come out to start the second half, and they got in that, you know, kind of no huddle, that hurry up, and be interesting to see Naaman maybe try to, you know, switch some things up and do the same type of, you know, changes there as well. Nice little run there.
Near the 40-yard line.
Gain of 5 yards. I believe that was number 10 once again. It was. So, boy, Isaiah Cunning's had a nice night for them on the ground.
If you have lost a cell phone,
Picked up 5 more yards on that carry.
Ticket office and ask for
Well, I'd like to see Kenya Taylor, number 54. He's 6'4", 225. He's a sophomore playing out there. You see him on the line right there at the end of your screen there. And, boy, that last block, it was a beautiful block. He drove his guy 4, 5, 6 yards down the field and just laid on top of him. I mean, you got to love that for a sophomore.
Boy, another nice strong run for the first down. This time it's number 19 on the carry, Isaiah Wesley. As you saw, Cunning had to come out for a play because his helmet came off. And
first down.
boy, another first down for Naaman Forest. So they've got some things going here. They're keeping it on the ground with power.
Yeah, it's a power game. I mean, they are just pushing hard with those big linemen, and I think that's the strength of their team, and that's what you want to focus on. Hey, what is the strength of my team? It's running. Let's do it. Let's power run.
Play action this time. Perales has time to throw. He's going to throw towards the end zone. But pretty good coverage out there, and they're going to throw a penalty flag. You may get offensive pass interference this time.
Pass intended for number 3. Turner falls incomplete.
Yeah, you'd like to see Perales here settle down and throw the intermediate pass. I think once he starts watching, he's looking to throw deep every time. He's got guys open right there, but he sees his guys take off and he thinks, well, I got the strength in my arm to throw it deep. But he had a couple of guys just sitting there that he could have just zipped the ball into and picked up 7, 8 yards on.
So that pass interference is going to be called against Naaman Forest. That's going to move him back close to midfield.
That's what we've been talking about. You have all these great plays that you've been really working. Your running game is working. You're powering the ball 7, 8 yards on a carry, and then all of a sudden you get a 15-yard penalty that brings you all the way back to the 49-yard line.
There's a snap. And some pulling linemen that time, and another big run by Isaiah Cunning.
Man, I mean, he hit some people right there. You could hear it from all the way down there, all the way up here in the booth. You could hear that.
Got an injured Louisville player, hopefully just a cramp. Trying to get up right now. But you're right, Bobby, a nice run that time, and again, just a bruising run once again by Cunning.
You know, you've got some great size and some great athletes down there on that offensive line, and And I think the main thing that they like to do is play downhill. They like to explode into that guy, the guy in front of them, and just power them. If y'all can just watch these front linemen right here and see how they play.
Well, how about that? A little bobbled snap, and
I think that might be a completed pass.
ball on the turf, and you think so, huh?
I mean, how are they gonna put that in the stats there?
It's Elijah Masiwi.
See, that might be a pass.
Could be. Although it hit the ground, so
Oh,
it'd
it
be
did
incomplete.
hit the ground? then it should be an incomplete pass because it came out of the quarterback's hand, did it not?
It sure did look like it. 3rd down and a manageable 13 here for Naaman Forest. They've got to get to the 24-yard line. This may be 2-down territory since they are trailing by 3 touchdowns. Here comes the throw towards the sideline. Catch is made, but he is well out of bounds. Boy, great over-the-shoulder grab. Those are not easy. Shows you a little bit of the athleticism of Dylan Turner, the sophomore.
Yeah, he'll learn too. I mean, they're wanting to connect on those long passes to get you into the game early, you know, and quick. Those quick strike, long, deep passes. But he's also going to have to learn to give his quarterback some room. See how close he's running to the sideline? You've got to be about 7 yards inside because the pass is not always going to be right on the money, and you've got to give your quarterback a little bit of room to throw outside. And if you're running straight down the sideline, of course, it goes out of bounds. You catch the ball, but it's out of bounds.
4th and 13. They are going for it. Here comes pressure. Perales going to run. He should have it. And he's going to run out of bounds just across the chains. That's going to be, well, wait a second. Is he going to mark him out short?
Oh, no.
Looks like he's got him spotted at the 25. He'd be a yard short.
Well, if that's the case, that's turnover on downs.
It sure is. Bobby, I swear it looked like he was past the marker.
Well, no one was fixing to hit him. He just ran out of bounds.
Yeah, here we go. Let's see. So there's the, well, no, he's oh, that's a bad spot. That is a horrible spot. He was well across the 25, but they've got the ball marked right on the 25.
You got to know also what he's trying to do. He's running out of bounds past the marker.
Right.
You've got to give him that because, I mean, he wasn't getting hit. He's just trying to go past the marker and step out of bounds. That's just a bad spot right there.
It
that's
sure
a big one
was.
because that's 4th down.
Yeah, that would have been a 1st down for Naaman Forest, but and they even have the ball now back towards the 24, but they're saying he didn't have enough. I don't get it, but hey, Louisville's ball on the turnover on downs. Play action here. He's rolling out. Overthrows. Boy, that was a chance right there for our turnover.
Again, those are teaching moments for a sophomore. You can't just step out right at the down marker either. You need to get across it and make sure you get that 1st down. You know, it's something that you just kind of stepped out, you're nonchalantly doing. You've got to know where you're at, down in distance, and make sure you get there.
Yep, no doubt.
Things you learn as a sophomore.
Well, another penalty here
Well,
called against Louisville.
Holding.
There's another holding. Yep, backed him up all the way to the 14 now, sets up a 1st and 20. Well, that's one thing you typically see in these first games of the years is lots of penalties, and we have had our share of them tonight for both teams. 1st down and 20 here for Louisville. Inside of 5 minutes to go in the 3rd, and they're up 21-0.
I think the play clock's all the way down to 0.
Yeah, there's all sorts of problems going on right now. That pass in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, wide open there, number 16. Just not able to hold on to it. May have surprised him a bit, Philip Patterson.
I think they had about 45 seconds to get this play off as well. I mean, that play clock was way expired.
2nd down and 20. Bobby, you know, we were talking earlier, Naaman Forest on the field and the size of their offensive line. You and I were commenting earlier, is look at the size of Louisville's offensive line. They have a nice looking offensive line, and they've really protected their quarterback well. Look at the protection here. Oh, and another drop.
Pass ball is incomplete.
Well, so that's 2 drops on consecutive plays, but did you see the time that he had to throw?
Absolutely. He had a lot of time, and those offensive line just created a wall, and there was no one getting through. And I don't know what Naaman needs to do, but you can't give that quarterback that much time. You're going to have a delay blitz or somebody coming in from a linebacker spot to come out there and help you out, because that offensive line did a great job right there.
Yeah, totally agree. And I'd bring a blitz here on 3rd down and 20.
Yeah, you can't give him time to sit back and throw.
And that's what they're doing here. They bring 5, and he's going to try to run it. And boy, he's got some room out here. He's got the 1st down and more. He's going to go. 1 man to beat. And he is going to make it to the end zone. That is an 85-yard touchdown run for number 7, Ethan Terrell.
Well, what a great block right there by big number 75. It was just enough.
$85 yards for the quarterback, and well, that puts Louisville on top 27-0 with the extra point here to go.
Well, those are tough ones right there. Your defense has been playing really outstanding all game long, and then you get them in a 3rd and forever, and you think he's going to throw the ball, gets everybody in man-to-man coverage, and when you do that, sometimes everybody's got their back running away from the quarterback. He takes off running, and there's just no one sees him running until it's too late.
Extra point attempt coming up here for the Farmers. Hold is down. The kick is up. That time the kick is good. Our new score with 4.5 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Louisville 28. Naaman Forest, nothing. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
$28-0 here at Williams Stadium. Season opener for both of these teams and football in general, Bobby. We are looking forward to a great season here on GRS TV. There's a good look at the home side of the stadium, where right now the Naaman Forest fans a little stunned, to say the least. Again, really just kind of a back and forth battle. The score is absolutely not indicative of the game. It's been a lot closer than 28-0, but all that really matters is what's on the scoreboard. And right now Louisville with the big lead, 4.5 minutes left in the 3rd. And Bobby, you were talking about it earlier, but it looks to me like for whatever reason, the play clocks, they're probably not using them at all.
Yeah, they're kind of just sitting now at zeros, and they're not setting them to 40 seconds or anything. Then they're just off. I don't know how you, as a player, how you know when to snap the ball. They must have the referee up there counting down. Maybe when it gets inside 10, the referee's out there counting down for them so they can hear it.
So Louisville set to kick it away here. Naaman Forest with 2 back to return this. High end over end kick is going to chase the return man back into the end zone. He's going to bring it out. Boy, probably shouldn't have that time. That was Garcia. He's going to be knocked out of bounds around the 13-yard line. So Naaman Forest once again deep in their own territory to start this possession.
Yeah, I don't think that Naaman Forest has been able to bring the ball out outside the 20-yard line in any of these kickoffs. It looks like Louisville's been able to pin them back inside the 25 every time.
Yep. So now a 4-touchdown deficit I tell you what, Bobby, of course, the non-district games, you're really just using them as your, ability to practice, if you will, to get ready for district. But I tell you, in this week 1, we've seen some of the big boys in our district take their lumps.
Well, they really have, haven't they?
We talked earlier, you mentioned, Saxe losing yesterday to Capel 56-27. Garland, and of course, we mentioned they lost a lot of their players. They lost 38-10 to McKinney North last night. So, and now you've got this 28-0 here, Louisville over Naaman Forest. Again, all learning moments for these teams, but some pretty lopsided scores here in week 1.
Yeah, and you expect a lot of times that the defense would be the winners of these games, right, at the very beginning, because a lot of times offense have sometimes they just have a hard time syncing out there, running all their plays and lining up correctly and doing it consistently. We've seen a lot of good plays here and there, but to do it consistently all the way until you can score a touchdown, a lot of times the defense wins out on these games. But in those cases that you just said, a lot of them are high scoring on the wrong side. And a lot of times you're wanting that, even if you take a loss, you want it to be really close and low scoring game to show that, your defense has been stout and your offense can put something together. But, when you're getting beat that kind of scores, it's pretty tough.
Morales looking to throw it. He's got some time. Scrambles out to the right. He's going to throw it downfield. He's got a man open. Catch is made at the 40.
There you keep your eyes downfield and find him.
Number 14, his first catch of the game for Naaman Forest. That's Trey Jones.
That's a good job right there. See, just keeping his eyes downfield. I'd like to see him hold that ball a little bit. There you go. Find that guy in the intermediate routes.
There's a snap, a handoff up the middle.
Cunning up the middle.
A gain of about 5 yards for Cunning on that run. Well, one thing to note as well, Bobby, about this Louisville defense we haven't talked about, they have 2 of their secondary are D1 athletes. So their secondary is good. And Perales, he's had his moments tonight, but they've really done a good job of keeping the receivers in check for most of the night.
Yeah, it never hurts to have D1 athletes out there. I'm just going to let you know real quick.
Yep.
Those guys, that means that they've been getting scouted. They haven't played a game yet, and they're already being scouted as a D1.
Yep.
Based on the play from last year, and usually that means they're big, for one thing, or they wouldn't be getting scouted. Second thing, it means they're super fast, or they wouldn't be scouted. And then they're very smart in football, or they wouldn't be scouted. So you got all 3 of the combinations, and you got 2 of them in their backfield.
Yep, no doubt. Boy, and again, we talked earlier about the defensive game, and this really has been a defensive game, even though it, looks like Louisville's put up, a lot of offense. They really haven't. As a matter of fact, Bobby, with that last, 85-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Ethan Terrell, that finally just got them to where they have more yards now than Naaman Forest. They've got 218 now on the night, Naaman at 176. But again, that 218, you figure 85 of it came on that one run.
One run. That's what we've been saying. They've had a lot of good things, especially on the run. And we've got some good playing, throwing the ball and good play by the quarterback. And they just didn't show on the scoreboard. They haven't been able to consistently put it together without having a mistake that puts them in, behind.
Yep. Timeout called here. We'll just keep it here. See Coach Perales out there talking to the referee as well. Not sure exactly what he's talking about, but not happy about something. Maybe
he's
talking about that quarterback.
He's talking about his shoes. He's saying, look, my shoes look good. Yours are worn out.
And they do, too. They're green.
Where y'all going to go eat afterwards? Y'all hitting Chili's? What's going on after this game? That's what they're talking about.
There's some pretty nice-looking shoes. They're green. Kind of like those. Nice job, Coach. All right, we're back to live action now. 2nd down and 5 coming up here for the Rangers. Approaching the 2-minute mark here remaining in the 3rd. Snap play action here. The throw out there. He's got a wide receiver. Oh, boy, juggled it there, Bobby, but able to pull it in. That should be a first down.
That's what I want to see. I mean, you know, it's good to go ahead and be able to scramble and throw it, but you really want to see your sophomore quarterback having specific plays that he's reading, and he's hitting one of two receivers. And that's what he did right there, and he made a great play on it. But that's what I'd like to see from these guys is, hey, we're going to run this play. You're going to do a stop. You're going to do a fade. You're going to do a drag. And which one of, you know, your quarterback, is he going to pick which one of those? Read it before the play even starts based on the way that the defense is lined up, or during it, how the defense moves and reacts, which guy are you going to hit? And that's what you want to see from Perales as a sophomore, and I'm sure he'll learn these kind of things, but that's what you want to see. You want to see him to be decisive and hit it.
See there, number 3, Dylan Turner, just made that catch, and then, yep, there you go. He's got a little bit of cramping going on, so he's going to come off to the side.
Get him some pickle juice, Coach.
Pickle juice.
Yeah.
Well, I can remember we played, when we played, of course, that was back in the dark ages, but, you know, they used to give us those little salt tablets.
Salt tablets.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Sure did. Give you salt tablets. Ours were big and yellow. It was hard to even swallow those things.
First down and 10 here for Naaman Forest. There's a snap, the handoff. Boy, nice stutter step move there. Still on his feet. Look at this run.
No flags yet. Get there, baby.
One man to beat. Oh, takes a late hit there. That should be called. They're not going to, but Isaiah Cunning with a great run all the way down to the 12.
Very nice. Right there, man. Just a great run. Watch him get hit right there and spins off. Keeps those feet going. He's like a cat.
Watch this right here, Bobby, where he gets knocked out of bounds right here. Now
Right
watch
there,
this
he's
other play.
out.
Come watch right here.
Yeah. Well, like we said, these line judge guys, this is their first game of the season as well. They miss a couple.
Got an injured Louisville player down here as well. It's number 41. It's Elijah Allenay, and taking a look at him right now. Well, the way they're massaging the bottom of that leg, looks like probably a cramp for him as well.
Let's give him a hand.
And he is up and on his feet, which is a good sign.
Every single mama in the whole stadium is happy when they see their son pops
That's
up off
very
that
true.
floor like that. You're looking out there and you say, oh, they're messing with his knee. Oh, my Lord, it's something bad. And then he pops up and he's able to walk off. You're just like, oh, my goodness.
Getting him off to the side here. Naaman Forest, a nice run that time. And that, I believe, put Cunning over 100 yards for the game. But more importantly, Naaman Forest knocking on the door.
Yeah, they've taken the lead in the yardage category again. They've had 13 first downs, and Louisville's only had 9, yet they're losing the game by 28-0. They have 248 total yards to Louisville's 210.
Yeah, Cunning, by the way, is over 100. 15 carries, 118 yards, almost 8 yards a carry. This time they're going to hand off to number 19, Isaiah Wesley. And, boy, not much there this time, but maybe a gain of 2. But again, Cunning at 118, Bobby, averaging almost 8 yards per carry.
Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to his grind and the way he's kept his feet moving and his vision, because he's been getting hit a couple of times right there as he crosses through the line of scrimmage, and he's been able to just break one way or the other or lower the boom on some guys to pick up extra yards. He's really playing tough.
Cunning back in here on 2nd down and 8. They're going to hand it to him to the left side.
there.
See what he's going to try to cut back inside. And, boy, nice job of pursuit there by Louisville to hold him to a gain of only about 2, maybe 3. Now they're going to give him 4 on that, so it's going to be
Right
3rd down
here.
and 4 coming up.
Right there, you'd like to see him just plant that foot and just get back inside, but They had some good pursuit right there. There's
Yes,
just
they did.
nowhere to go.
Inside of a minute to go here in the third quarter.
Third down 4 from the 6.
I wouldn't doubt if they finally kind of throw the ball here. I think they want to throw a little fade route. Morales loves that little throw.
Or keep it on the ground, but he's going
I
to throw
would,
it.
yeah.
Morales goes near side.
He may keep it himself. He's going to throw it towards the back of the end zone. 4th down and 4 now.
You're right. I mean, I had a feeling they were going to try to throw it here, but like you said, I mean, they've been doing so well at running the ball. I mean, they're averaging almost 6 yards per carry.
Yeah, you're trying to get points here, you know, and you've got basically 2 plays to get 4 yards. That's why I would have kept it on the ground.
Kept it on the ground. He had no one to throw to. I mean, it was just completely covered. Good idea to just throw it away.
So the offense stays on the field. 4th down and 4. They've got to get to the Lewisville 2 here.
Yeah, now you have to get all of it, whereas you could have just got some of it on the last play.
There's a snap, 3-step drop. He's looking. He's going to throw it, and the pass is incomplete. I don't see a penalty flag, and that's another turnover on downs.
Yeah, it's intended for number 5 Denton. Ball is incomplete in the end zone.
They put it in the sophomore's hands. Make a play.
And this time he
Two
had
plays in
time
a
to
row.
throw, Bobby.
He had good protection.
Which good defense there.
Good coverage.
So Naaman gets all the way down to the 6-yard line, Bobby, but cannot capitalize.
And like you said, their last 2 plays, they went to throwing it, and the whole entire route down the field, they were running the ball, and they were doing really well. And they changed their game plan right when they get to the end zone here.
Looks like we may have a timeout called here by Louisville, and we do.
It looks like the mullet is back.
It is.
I mean, everybody's got the mullet going.
So when are you going to start growing yours?
I would if I could grow it, brother. I'd bring it back in a minute. I'd get me some jean shorts.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, some cut-off jean shorts, some net shirts.
Well,
Hey, bring it back.
hey, that's a visual I don't need to see,
Man.
but I appreciate that. Got a timeout here. We'll just keep it here. We've got 21 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
You know, we talk about athletes. You look down there and you see the cheerleaders. I mean, that's a whole nother sport right there. And those girls work so hard, and they're super athletes. They spend a lot of time, just as much time as the band and just as much time as the athletes on the field. Those girls are really work hard. And you know, your daughter was a cheerleader.
Absolutely.
How much work they put in.
False start here. Procedure called against Louisville. Well, I tell you what, too, Bobby, we talked about penalties, and both teams, again, just looking at the stats, both teams have double-digit penalties in the game. So, as we said, the flags have been coming out tonight.
Yeah, and you expect that on the
You
first
do.
game.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of it is because you're tired. You get beat and you just start grabbing hold of people because you don't want them to sack your quarterback, and a lot of that's happening here. I mean, it's just that happens at the beginning of the season, and usually they clean them up by the third game, but they only get 2 of these, so you got to have it cleaned up by next week.
Number 50.
Handoff goes up the middle and a hit right at the 1-yard line. He does fall forward, so not a safety like the Rangers were hoping, and more importantly, that does end the third quarter of play. So we've come to the end of 3 here at Williams Stadium, and our score, Louisville 28, Naaman Forest 0. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV. Start of the fourth quarter here at Williams Stadium, 28-0, Louisville on top. In season opener for both teams. So our game of the week for the start of our 20th season on GRS TV. We've got a lot of memories over 20 years. Bobby, most importantly, it shows that we're old, right?
A lot of great games, though. Come on now. It was great games. A lot of Friday nights and Thursday night football and playoff games. And, you know, I remember not too long ago we were at the Cowboy Stadium watching Rowlett play.
No.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Get him.
Yeah, one man to beat there, and he's able to bring down number 9 for Louisville. Boy, that was a good play there. Lamar Kirby kind of splits defenders. And
yeah, right out of the end zone, too. Is not what you want to see. Just boom, right through them all. Shows his speed here. But yeah, it wasn't too long ago. We were at the Cowboy Stadium doing playoff games and watching Rowlett out there play, and they were super good and had all kinds of D1 players on their team, and we've had some great Saxy teams, and of course Garland's always been pretty good in the past, you know, and boy, we just had some great playoff football in this district. A lot of good memories. I remember going down and playing out there in Baylor a couple of times.
Absolutely.
At their Baylor Stadium, watching some playoff games and calling those games, and GRS TV going down there and setting up and doing the whole broadcast.
Exactly. Handoff there to 21 once again, still in the game here for Louisville. Another nice run for him. Ron Ellison. Yeah, Bobby, you know, you bring up the point. Do we have another penalty flag here? Wow. Another hold.
Yeah, the ref wasn't very nice on that one. He threw the penalty flag at the defender and hit him in the back with it. So he's like, please don't hold anymore.
Exactly. You know, just going to mention, Bobby, over those 20 years, you know, you talked about all the great memories, and we've, you know, of course, we've had the easy job, but you know, you've got some people on the back end that have just really worked over the 20 years, and we're talking primarily Delbert Richardson. I mean, he's been part of every one of them. Just about, and just again, everybody on GRS TV, we can't thank you enough for the 20 years and everything you've done here so far. And I tell you, we're going to keep going. This is just the start of the year.
I mean, there's been a couple of times that I would look out there around that goal post, and they're up there on that little scaffold with their little camera, and the wind's blowing about 10 miles to 15 miles an hour, and it's raining and sleeting, and those guys are out there with their cameras and doing such a great job. And you know, I think they retired their little box truck that they were working out of this year, and for a couple of years they were out there without an air conditioner and the 100-degree heat just sitting in that thing, and the hot box, you know, and I tell you, it's just to bring everybody the visual of football and letting all the parents and kids watch these games and see their children play football. I mean, it's been an awesome thing. And again, I'm impressed where they are able to bring kids from the different high schools out here and teach them how to do all of the camera work and the computers that they work. And it's just it's very impressive what Delbert Richardson's been able to bring to the district with GRS TV.
New quarterback in the game for Louisville. He's a sophomore. That's number 17, Zephan Walker.
Third down for the Farmers.
Third down and 11. There's a look at the new quarterback. Again, just a sophomore. Little glimpse into the future for Louisville. Of course, I think they're going to have something to say about this year. Bobby, pretty nice looking team the Farmers have across the way. Well, they could have got a penalty right there on your right tackle. They're going to call timeout, it looks like.
That wasn't fair. You know, they got these guys sitting down for like 15 seconds in their stands, and then somebody blows a big horn. It would have scared me and made me jump off sides.
So we'll keep it here. We've got 10-14 remaining in the game. You can see the fans still wild as ever. They are not giving up on Naaman Forest, and Again, this should not at all, or I don't think it's indicative of the season Naaman Forest is going to have. Again, this score's a little lopsided right now, but, you know, you really see the potential for this team. And, again, you're going to have Perales, the quarterback. You know, as a sophomore, he's going to continue to grow as the season goes.
Yeah.
And, you know, just expect them to get even better and better. So, Naaman Forest fans, I would not worry one bit about this team. I think they're going to be one of the potential district champions. And
boy, that's a big prediction, Steve.
thank you very much.
I remember,
they've got the players.
I remember as a Cowboy fan, when I was young, and somebody would predict, well, they could go to the Super Bowl. That just gave me hope the whole year. And now you're giving all of these fans out here the hope that they could be the district champs.
That's right. When Naaman Forest is pointing like an interception, but that one did bounce on the ground. So on that 3rd down and long, it's going to set up 4th down, and Louisville looking to punt it away. Yeah, I definitely think Naaman Forest will be one of the teams that are in the running for the district championship. So
I think so. They've got some big guys up front. I mean, you've got to be impressed with how big their offensive line is. And I know that these guys are going both ways, so you're saying offense and defensive line. But, you know, you got Marcus Deal and Deshaun Bird and Jetta Soto. These guys are some big guys. They're all 270, 245, 305. You got Justice Perales. You know, he's 285. Some big guys running on that offensive line. And when you have guys like that, you always have an opportunity to run the ball and score points.
So the punt sails out of bounds, and it's going to end up, it looks like, in Louisville's end of the field. So Naaman Forest, great field position here to start. They're going to be at the Louisville 49. Yeah, Bobby, I'm right there with you.
You know, a lot of times you don't have to score a lot of points. You just can't give the other team the opportunity to score points. And if you can run the ball and keep the ball away from the opponent's offense, then, you know, the best offense. And if you're running the ball a lot and keeping the time, you know, on your side, you can do a lot of damage when you're playing football. So keep the ball out of the other team's hands by running the ball and consuming offense by running it.
See the throw there from Perales, in and out of the hands of number 14 that time for the Rangers, Trey Jones. Here's a look at the sophomore quarterback for Naaman Forest. Again, he's going to continually get better, you know, week after week and game after game. But that's the trouble. You know, we saw the quarterback for North Garland, you know, Nawahe, last year as a sophomore. You know, he kind of started slow as well, and, you know, really picked it up there towards the end of the season. So, you know, coming into the junior year this year for him, you know, we're going to see how he plays this year. But Perales is going to continue to get better, and this is great experience for him. And again, you're going against a pretty tough opponent and a good team, so it's a good way to gauge, you know, kind of where you're at to start and how much, you know, you need to improve over the season.
Absolutely. And right now, things are just going so fast.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, players are faster. Everybody's faster at this level. And the quarterback play, everything will slow down. It'll start getting slower. He'll start understanding where guys are supposed to be and what lineup the defense is going to be. And if they're in this certain lineup, they're probably going to be in zone coverage, and you'll know how to change the play around. All of that comes with experience here, and he's going to learn from it.
Absolutely. So the handoff there to Ivan Garcia. He got swallowed up in a hurry by number 33, Rendell Carter, for Lewisville. So that's going to set up 4th down now for Naaman Forest. They're going to keep the offense on the field.
What are they going to do?
Straight drop back. They're going to throw the out route, and would not have had the distance. It's a nice stop, but the receiver needs to get a little bit further upfield before he makes his cut out there, and passes incomplete. So another turnover on downs to Louisville. So the Farmers will take back over, 1st and 10. Yeah, 28-0 our score here at Williams Stadium, 8:33 remaining in the game. Be interesting to see this Louisville team this year and how they do. Again, as I mentioned, they were regional semifinalists last year. We finished the season 11-2, had a really good team. They lost a lot of good players off of that team, a lot of seniors, but they look pretty good here tonight. It'd be interesting to see what they do here on the season as well. There's a snap, and the handoff goes to, I believe that's number 21, the running back.
Yeah, they have some big guys on that offensive line. You see number 75 right there is one of them, and 65. There's some big guys out there. And then when you combine that with a good quarterback that doesn't make any mistakes, it's pretty fast, he can run the ball, he can throw the ball when he needs to. You end up having a pretty good team. And another thing with Louisville is that they've got a lot of guys out there on their bench. I mean, there's a bunch of guys, so you can play a complete offense, a complete defense. You don't have guys going both ways, and they don't get tired.
Quick throw, boy. Nice strike that time by the sophomore quarterback, and that's going to be a first down at the Naaman Forest 30. Completion made to number 9, Lamar Kirby. But, Bobby, watch this throw.
Watch him hide the ball. Zip.
Right on the money, right in stride.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want somebody to know where they're throwing it and hit the guy.
First down, Farmers.
First and 10, Farmers. Walker takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. Boy, a lot of speed coming around the right side. And, boy, still on his feet as well. Penalty flag comes out once again. It's a gain of about 7 yards. So a nice run that time by number 11 for Louisville, Xavier Lewis.
This referee kind of needs to hold his flag just a little bit. I mean, he's throwing the flag on things not even pertaining to the play. I just let him play a little bit here.
Yeah, they're going to get Louisville once again. And, Bobby, just to kind of exaggerate that point, that is Louisville's 14th penalty for 131 yards. Naaman Forest has 10 penalties for 95. So, again, you're looking at right now, with still over half a quarter remaining, we're sitting at 24 penalties and over 200 yards, penalty yards. So, and again, as we've said, you can expect it, in and out of the hands, a little bit high that time to the receiver, but probably should have been caught.
Yeah.
First game of the year, as we mentioned, a lot of times you'll see penalty flags, but 24 is quite a bit.
That's a lot of them, and a lot of times you have this group of referees. They can be more like to throw the flag a little bit. But some don't throw the flag as much, but this group is they're calling a lot of them tonight.
Boy, nice move there by the running back, trying to get outside, and will get swallowed up there by number 32 of Naaman Forest. Did a good job there to hold on Philip Hernandez for the Rangers on that tackle. Watch this move. Woo. Little inside.
Good job staying outside, get a hold of somebody, and don't let them go.
That was Xavier Lewis again on that carry. We are approaching the halfway mark here of the fourth quarter. 28-0 Louisville.
From the 36.
So it appears Naaman on the way to 0-1 early in the season here. We still got half a quarter remaining, but something's going to have to change here drastically. Oh, no, and the ball gets snapped. There's another penalty flag. Quarterback not even looking that time, Bobby, when the snap came back, and we'll check the penalty flag as well. May get a procedure call on top of it. There's a legal motion. And Naaman rightfully declines that, as looking at a 9-yard loss.
Yeah, he wasn't looking, and then the snap wasn't even to him. I mean,
Exactly.
It just rolled on the ground. They're fortunate to get that one back.
Yep. That 9-yard loss, or 10 yards, versus a 5-yard with the penalty. So Naaman obviously declines the penalty. And
4th and 26. Or is this 3rd and 20? They got the 4th down marker on it. But the
yeah, it should be 4th.
should be 4th,
because they
right?
declined it. Yep.
Yeah, here we go.
Bringing the punt unit on right now.
The board up here, scoreboard had 3rd down, but the flag said 4th, so it was kind of confusing there for a second.
Well, now we're going to get a timeout as the play clock was running down. And so that is Louisville's final timeout of the game. Why don't we take a break with them? Well, hold on real quick. We'll wait and see. Now they're calling him back on the field. They're going to start the clock again.
Oh, that was confusing.
Yeah, I'm a little confused myself. So we'll keep it here, you guys.
So what they do? Call a timeout, run off the referee blows his whistle, lets them run off the field, and then blows it, says, no, you can't do that.
And starts winding the clock.
Winding
I'm not
the clock.
sure. Yeah, not sure exactly what happened there, but 4th down here. Louisville set to kick it away. There's a snap. And the high end over end kick. Fair catch called for and made right at the 11-yard line by Garcia. And Naaman Forest offense back on the field. Let's see if they can do, get a little something going here towards the end of the game. So, Bobby, overall impressions on the sophomore quarterback?
Well, I think he sets his feet and throws the ball real well. He's tall. He looks good. Looks like he's just going to grow, in the game. Things are going to slow down for him. And I think the coaches have to put him in a good position. They've got to run routes that he's comfortable throwing and let him throw those routes. Like that one. Just, you catch it and you throw it. And don't make him try to scramble and read all over the field. Just have some plays and let him hit them.
As number 3, Dylan Turner with that catch. And one thing's for certain, just watching this game here tonight, is there is a little bit of a chemistry between Perales and Turner. Both of them sophomores, so they probably played, of course, a lot last year,
together
as freshmen. And so, it looks like he's got a target that he's comfortable with for sure. Empty backfield. Here comes the pressure. Perales trying to escape to the right. He's in trouble, and he goes down. And a penalty flag
comes
late. A little bit of pushing and shoving, a little bit of John.
Well, Justice Perales, 55, is right there right in the middle of that. I think they're brothers, and you don't want your brother getting slammed on the ground. He's going to be the first guy to come up and protect him.
No doubt. Yeah, I didn't exactly see what happened, but I think Perales was on the ground. I think one of the Louisville players fell on him. That I think is where you're getting the unsportsmanlike call here. So that will be an automatic first down for Naaman Forest. The ball will be marked at the 26. We've got 3:43 remaining here in the game. There's a handoff coming outside here to the left. Has a little bit of room. Nice spin move and then taken off his feet at around the 32-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of about 6 yards for number 6 of the Rangers, Elijah Masiwi.
Plant and go. There you go. Get upfield. You can't just keep running outside. You got to plant that foot and get upfield. Hey, but you'll take 6 yards. That's a nice little run right there.
Yes, it is.
Down 4 for the Rangers.
Terrell's 5-step drop that time, and he overthrows his intended receiver. Boy, that would have been a first down. Just sailed it on him just a little bit.
10 for 22, Flores.
We'll stop the clock. 3rd down and 4 coming up here for Naaman Forest.
Yeah, that's when you get him scrambling around trying to find somebody to throw. There's people chasing him. It's hard to do that. It's hard for any age guy to do that. And so that's why I'd like to see that he just got to take his two-step drop and just fire the ball and not give him all those decisions to make. There you go.
And off of the middle, that will be a first down. Loses his helmet as well on the hard hit. That's going to be a gain of about 8 yards.
And a Rangers first down.
He's just had a really good game.
Yep, Isaiah Wesley there, of course, his running back mate Isaiah Cunning has had a good game as well. 121 yards rushing. Boy, breaking a couple tackles. Boy, nice run across the 45 into Louisville territory. That is Masiwi again.
That's another Rangers first down.
Boy, nice run in that time.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of different guys the ball right now, letting a lot of different players get out there and touch it, and it's good times.
Five-step drop once again across the middle. Oh, in and out of the hands. The safety back there coming across. Boy, nice thought there as you saw the tight end running right up the seam here.
I like it though. This is what we're talking about. You take your snap and you know where you're going with it, and you fire it in there. It didn't turn out for him there, but you can see he's got a great arm. He's got great vision.
Second down. Prowse looking to throw across the middle once again. Bobbling still. Oh, man. That ball was in the air a long time.
Pass intended for 22 Flores.
And Bobby, I think that was the same play. It looked very...
Yeah, Flores does a little dig right across the middle right there. It's just a little high, and boy, he took a shot right to the midsection.
Boy, look at the ball. Still up in the air, still up in the air, still up in the air.
Hot
Almost.
potato.
Oh.
Brings up third down for the Rangers.
Third down and 10. Look at Perales there on the screen. Handed off on the draw play to Masiwi, and he's going to be wrapped up immediately by number 15. They were not fooled that time. That was Ethan Cossio, and swallows up the running back and drops him for a 1-yard loss. It's going to be fourth down and 11 here. Maybe Naaman Forest's last offensive play of the evening, unless they can pick up the first down. We approach
you
1
got
minute.
a whole new group of guys playing for Louisville over there on that defensive front. I mean, they're all new. You got fresh legs out there, and they're still playing the same starters basically on Naaman Forest. I mean, they just don't have enough players to go back and forth like that.
Perales has a completion there, the wide open receiver. That's a nice throw and catch and a first down. So Naaman Forest will indeed keep the offense on the field.
And you see that right here, they lined up, and all of those guys, they start going up against Naaman Forest, and they're like, oh, you guys are sweaty. Because they all came off the sideline all nice and clean. They got to go up against guys that have been playing all day. And you can tell that, there's difference in the speed a little bit right now.
It was Dominique Hall on that last catch. Boy, Perales has a lot of room out here. And he's just going to head out of bounds, stop the clock with 32 seconds remaining. And I think he may be short of the first down again, just like we saw earlier, by about a yard.
He gets everybody scrambling all around. Good job right there to just make a shield block instead of taking somebody out, because that would have been a penalty. They make a nice little shield block and let Perales run the ball there and get inside the 15.
Yeah, gain of 9 yards, so second down and 1.
13.
And Naaman looking for their first points of the game. 2nd and 1. There's a snap. Perales looking to throw it. Got time. He throws it across. Catch is made. Spin move. And knocked out of bounds inside the 5 and around the 2-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal, Naaman Forest.
I didn't see how Dylan Turner caught the ball. He comes across right there. And it's like it gets knocked down on, oh, there it is. It's down on his hip.
Well, nice job of concentrating and keeping that hand down low where it was. It was able to pin that against his body for the reception.
That was nice.
So let's see now if Naaman Forest can put some points on the board. Again, it's 1st and goal at the 2.
They've got a lot of room on that right side. I wonder if they can get out there. There it is.
There's a hole. I don't think he's in yet. Oh, no, he is. There it is. Touchdown, Naaman Forest. Number 19. Yep. Isaiah Wesley with the touchdown run. Naaman Forest on the board.
Well, that makes you feel good. You've worked really hard all off season to get that touchdown, and it makes you feel good when you get it.
Extra point attempt coming up here for the Rangers. See Wesley running on the field late. He was thinking he was going to celebrate over there, but forgot he was on the extra point team.
You haven't had very many of these this game, so.
Oh, no, that one gets blocked. That is no good. So the extra point is no good. Our new score, 17 seconds remaining in the game. Louisville 28, Naaman Forest 6. We'll keep it here.
You know, it feels good to score a touchdown. That's why you want to end the game on a positive note. You know, you got to go in and have some positive things. And they were able to throw the ball a little bit on that drive and run the ball a little bit on that drive. A lot of positive things right there happened, and that's what you got to hope for.
You know, again, another bright side. Although Naaman Forest not going to come out on top of this game, but again, Bobby, we've talked about it all game long. You know, Louisville ends, and this is unofficial, but with 11 first downs and 284 total yards. So they not even at 300. Matter of fact, again, 85 of those 284 came on that one, you know, quarterback touchdown run. So you're looking at, you know, really 199 yards, you know, for Louisville on the night. So Naaman Forest defense, you know, did a really good job tonight.
I think so too. I mean, you know, the score shows 28 points, but they really did play great defense.
Need to shore up some of the penalties, of course, double-digit penalties, and they'll do that as the season progresses. And then again, the
negative plays,
maturation of the quarterback, the sophomore quarterback, and again, Naaman's going to be in fine shape, you know, headed into district play.
I agree. They did some good things tonight. They had some negative plays that put them back.
Yep.
It got them 15 points. Gave Louisville 15 points right at the beginning, just on 2 bad negative plays in the first half. But outside of that, you know, they really just played good. Then they had that 181-yarder that they had them in 3rd and 27, and they gave them, you know, the touchdown. So 3 bad plays that resulted in touchdowns. And when you do that, other than that, it would be 21. You know, 21 points.
Right.
You could take off the board if you didn't have those negative plays.
Fair catch called for on the kickoff. Should be wrapping this one up here. A Louisville win on the night. They're going to move to 1-0 on the young season. Well, Bobby, it's been fun starting out our 20th year. Looking forward to many more games this season and then on into the playoffs as well.
Yeah, it's fun. When you get to this time of year and the weather starts changing and it's not as hot outside, and then, you know, you got things to do. The kids are all out on the Friday night, and this is the great time of year. State Fair, Texas, going to be opening up next month. It's just fun.
Fun time of year. We count down the final seconds of the clock. Both teams, of course, head to the 50-yard line for the handshake exchanges. And we certainly hope you enjoyed this one here tonight. Our final score from Williams Stadium, Louisville 28, Naaman Forest 6. We'll see you next time on GRS TV. Here's some highlights.